Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter. That's at the Mark John NFL. For me, at Glen Rockney for Glen. And then, of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, we got, of course, homage. Love us some good homage. Go ahead, get you some shirts from homage. Get you a Bo Jackson shirt. Get you whatever you want to get as well. And also, I got an announcement too, Glenn. I got to start off with an announcement. I got an announcement here.
Oh, man.
It's going to excite you. We got a TDL website.
Whoa. That's me on there.
Yeah, that's you. So we got some merch here, guys. We got some merch from you guys. So you got the TDL shirt. Right, so the link is in the bio. I'll put it in the chat too. I don't know if it's going to stay in the chat here, but we got the TDL Under Armour here. This is just sick. This is the TDL Under Armour.
That is nice. I love that crew neck, man.
Yeah, get the crew neck right here. We got a tank top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get you a tumbler cup. You know what I mean? You drink water at work.
Yeah,
you know
I'm sure fans are gonna put water in that, Marcus. 20 ounces of water.
You know what I mean? And is that the fitted cap too?
Love it.
Get you a cap. We also got a mug. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? You drink some coffee in the morning. You got the mug. You got the sweater. I'm adding some more stuff. So we got some cool stuff coming. So I'm gonna put the link in here if you guys want to support channel. Get you a shirt. Get you a hat. You know, at least get you a mug. You know what I'm saying? At least go get you a mug. Get you a mug.
You know quick question. Can I buy a Raiders victory at this point?
No, you cannot do that. You can't. There is no Raiders victory. Got
it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'd pay any price if that was the case.
Mason said, finally an appropriate vessel for his.
Yeah. Because I was saying you can't see through it. That's when the wife said, "How many beers have you had today?" I switched to water, honey.
Yeah. Supporting my TDL boys with this great water I'm drinking right now.
We got to get a pint glass, man, so I can feature it on the show, like a TDL pint glass. I can frost it up and do it on Friday Night Live. Yeah,
man. We got to get that. You got to get that going, man. We got to get that going. Shorts wide receiver said the wins are sold out since week 6. So
that's as I was too late on buying one. That's it. Oh, maybe I'll try to buy a franchise quarterback on the website. So
okay.
Offensive coordinator, you know.
Yeah, Raiders 27. I think they got every size. I don't know. I believe they have 4X. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. We build in the trenches.
Man.
Support the trenches on this one.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, support that, guys. Like I said, the link's in the bio. I'm gonna be talking about that a whole lot more. So definitely appreciate you guys. You know, I'm saying at least get the mug. You know what I mean? At least get the mug. All right. So today we're of course doing over unders, doing all that other good stuff. You know, we talk about some of the rumblings in Raiders land, of course. Take all your guys' questions and you know, the usual here. So how you feeling?
Oh, you know, it's Monday night game this week.
Yeah,
coming up. That's 2 primetime games in a row. I'd imagine if the Raiders lose 2 primetime games, which is they're not favored to win this game, so that's very much what Vegas thinks. I'd expect some changes. 2 primetime games in a row for a team that has 2 wins, and they're injured. I am excited to see maybe some of the young guys play. I'm hoping we at least get Caleb Rogers on the field. They're being a little odd about how that's being handled. He's speaking like he's going to be playing, versus the team is not really committing to that. So I'm hoping we can see, you know, Caleb Rogers. I mean, at some point, maybe Charles Grant throughout the year, if that presents itself. I'd like to see Jack Besh. You know, it's rookie season, man. We've been here many times, but this is all we got for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting game. It feels like a game where, you know, we're going to really hate this team because, you know, the Cowboys don't have a good defense, right? They don't have a good defense. Mm-hmm. The defense is actually terrible. They give up 30 points a game. They're 31st in defense in points allowed, but they're playing the Raiders, who are 31st in points scored.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give, right? What happens? Like, and I'm scared this is be the game where the Cowboys defense just, looks great.
Very stoppable object versus, movable object.
Yeah. Somebody says that's pre-Quinn Williams defense. The secondary hasn't changed. Okay.
Yeah.
So the secondary hasn't changed. And I know they're going to get some more pass rush. That's fine. And I know that's why they did it. But yeah, the secondary is still very, not very good. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's not a good secondary. Let's just say that. I mean, but they can pick you off. Like, Bland, he had 5 defensive touchdowns. Diggs will pick you off for sure. They're not like, but they are very beatable. But, we'll talk about the guaranteed interception from Geno Smith. Yeah. It's gonna be. It's just an interesting game. It's just an interesting matchup because like they have such a bad defense. You're like, okay, they should do something on offense, but I don't know. It's just it scares me a little bit.
That's why I'm saying the back-to-back primetime games, and then one of them is against a team that you have a chance to like embarrass, like give them like the Cowboys a really embarrassing loss, and if they don't, and it's at the hands of the offense not scoring any points, just saying you could really see some changes be made in my opinion. That's the type of game that ushers in that change if there's already a little doubt within the building, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it just is that type of game. It's just a game that feels like it's just not going to go how some fans think it's going to go on offense, right? And, I was having conversations. People were, we'll talk about Adam Butler's comments later on a little bit. But it's just funny, though, how they're looking at this team. Like, nobody's really mad at the offense. I felt that way, after a little bit of that. And it's just weird. It's weird just how people are kind of reacting, how this team looks. I mean, because the team is not good because of the offense. Like, the defense is okay. They're okay.
Right.
All right.
We signed up for bad defense. We signed up for bad defense. When we get to the Adam Butler thing, I have a slightly different take about it. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. We signed up for bad defense. We signed up. We thought the offense was going to be a stable unit that was able to, get into some shootouts if they need to.
Yeah, it's just been really bad on that side of the ball. It's been annoying to watch for me. So that's why me charting the shit is just it gets harder every week. It gets harder every week.
The only thing to make it easier is go to the TDL website and buy out the merch, guys. That's what will make the film easier to watch.
Yeah, it will. Make it a whole lot easier. You know what I mean?
Become a member, do all of that stuff, because Marcus has to watch bad film. I mean, this is like when guys try the hottest hot sauces on YouTube and they burn out like their taste buds.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. It's a great analogy of what I go through.
Yep.
And it won't stop. It hasn't stopped either. That's my problem. Like, Derek Carr left, and I had to fight on Derek Carr because Derek Carr was halfway decent. He's a good quarterback, whatever. But now it just hasn't stopped since then, man. It's been bad. It's just been bad for 3 years. I just saw, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got tricked. I feel bamboozled, Glenn.
Mm-hmm. Bamboozled.
That's the word for it. It's not tricked. It's bamboozled.
Yeah. You need a word with a lot of syllables to describe that. Yeah.
Trick is just one syllable. I need bamboozled. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hoodwinked. That's how I feel with Geno Smith, man. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad that he has the film that he'd be putting out there, and then like he wants to come here and then turn into Jets Geno Smith. I'm mad about that shit. I am.
Yeah. Shout out to Baby Shug, by the way. Shout out to Baby Shug. We're positive. This is positivity for Raiders.
Yeah. There you go. All right, baby. It's saying positivity here, man. It's getting back up for you. I know you left us another voicemail. I'm listening to your voicemails today. I'll make sure I pull that up because we didn't get to them at the last show. We're gonna get to your voicemails here. I haven't proofread them yet, but I think you're sober on Mondays. So
I think we think. Yeah.
It sounds like he is.
Tumbler. You don't know.
It sounds like he
tumbler.
is. It sounds like he is now. You know what I mean? But now we got the TDL tumblers.
Yeah, you can't tell. What's the Lil Wayne thing? You don't know what's in my cup. Don't worry about what's in my cup.
Exactly. And then if Sean gets a tumbler, I don't know. Maybe I might let him back. If Sean comes, he might have to get the Under Armour shirt. He's got to pay. He's got to pay them out. He's got to pay it to come back. But you got to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He has suspension, but maybe if he buys a crew neck, maybe we'll think about it. We'll think about it here. We'll think about it. You know what I mean? All right. Let's start with some questions here. Put a new OC on Klarna, and he'll be paid off by the time the QB is drafted.
Just like that. Just like that, guys. It's that easy to hire a good OC.
Yeah, for sure.
You could DoorDash one, man.
Yeah, just. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because to go from Luke Getsy to Chip Kelly, you're thinking like,
yeah,
bamboozled. Upgrade. Bamboozled. Mm-hmm. That is the word of the show. I'm going to put that on the the heading, bamboozled, because that is how I feel. I feel about the Luke Getsy was averaging more points per game than Chip Kelly with Gardner Minshew. Yeah,
I thought Chip Kelly and Brian Kelly were brothers for a long time. Like I just thought they were. I just thought that was to be assumed. I will say I can't say it's bad years for either of them because they're both very rich men and will continue to be. But bad years on the field for both those guys.
Yeah. Kelly is probably. I'm just saying if they play bad on offense this game, he is out of here. I don't care what anybody says. That dude is out of here. You know what I mean?
Call your shot. Man, that'd be a great prop bet if you could get that. I bet you could get good odds as Chip Kelly fired after the game or before the next game.
Yeah. Does he make it to Wednesday?
Damn. Yeah, Wednesday's the day, huh? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
It's the absolute state of the union right now.
I know, man. Does it ship to Germany? Yes, it does. I just want to say that.
Damn.
Sugar's right. I'll definitely do some giveaways. I'm gonna do some giveaways with this stuff because it's a lot of cool stuff. I'll do some giveaways for you guys for sure. We're gonna get this going, man. You guys, I just got this up. You know what I mean? We're ready to get it going. Especially with like draft time.
Germany.
Yeah, right. Mock draft stuff. You know what I mean? It's gonna get. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff to do with this stuff. Is Geno even okay? That's a good question. He wasn't on the injury report. Parham was, but he's full.
See, I thought the question was, is he okay? I'm like, the answer's no, he's not okay. I've been telling you he's not okay. It's nothing is okay. No, he means injury. I was like, yeah, he might be. I looked like it was a weird play he got hurt on. I was kind of like, damn, he got hurt on that play. I'm not, guys get hurt. It sucks. It's a tough sport, but I was like, that felt like a feelings got hurt on that play.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to get away. He was trying to get loose on that play, and he didn't. It was like a trip. He got tripped up, but he's not the. The answer is it sounds like he's going to play. I mean, it sounds like him, Tyler Lockett, all these guys are going to play. I'm fine with Geno playing for the rest of the year. I don't need to see Kenny Pickett. That's my thing. I want them to know this does not work.
Yeah, I don't want to see Kenny Pickett either. Really, I know what Kenny Pickett is. I don't need to see it. Let's get crazy. Calling it LVR QB room. Lance, Cole Payton, Cam Miller. so we're going all NDSU. Do you all agree?
Okay. No.
Okay.
I do not.
Cole not Payton, Trey Lance.
You've created a monster with the Cole Payton deal. I had people message me about what I think of Cole Payton. I said, that's a Marcus thing, dude. I will take a look later this year. But right now, my life is going pretty well outside of football. I just don't feel like watching North Dakota State right now. You know what I mean? We got other stuff going on, man. Nothing, no disrespect to the Bison, but I'm going to leave that one to you, watching some Bison all 22.
Yeah. I mean, he just looks like he's playing with middle schoolers. So that's why I really like it. It's that dominant. I actually did him for the draft show this next episode. So I'm starting to buzz.
Is he playing? Is he playing against middle schoolers? Have we checked? Yeah, he might be.
He might be.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on in that conference or division.
Because BD played FCS, and I was through the membership, and I brought up how he's playing against BD right now. So you know what I mean? Like he's playing like a cyber guy who went to cybersecurity. You know what I mean?
Man, shows you know how to lock it down, lock down corner.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what he played against, and that's what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out my dude BD Williams. So shout out my dude BD. What are your thoughts on Brugler's draft rankings?
Those were interesting, weren't they? Ty Simpson at 2 overall. I mean, like in his rankings. Arvell Reese at 1, which I do agree with right now. I think he is the most impressive college player I've seen this year. Caleb Downs right behind him, to be quite honest. And Simpson, it's going to be the talk, right? It's going to be the number one thing is him start. We haven't seen Ty Simpson come off a good year, then play another good year of football, which that's what makes you fall out of love with quarterbacks. Is not 1 year, but what they do over a couple of years, and we might not get that chance with Ty Simpson unless you draft them. I thought it was interesting. I thought Keldrick Falk, I believe he had at 4. I've been watching him a little bit lately. Kind of a beast. Yeah, kind of a beast. And I see him beat him in like the top 15, but Brugler having him at 4, I was like, okay, I'm going to pay a little bit more of attention to him. And that usually just means you're an athletic freak. Brugler's not putting somebody that's not an athletic freak, unless you're Caleb Downs, unless, like, which he might be, but he's just not the specimen at safety. But the Keldrick Falk, it's going to be interesting because the Raiders, I mean, could easily go get another defensive end round 1. Like they easily could. They probably don't have a legit starter there next year under contract. They don't even have one now, to be honest. So that was what I found interesting.
Yeah. I'm pulling it up here. So Arvell Reese. Yeah. Kendrick Falk at 4 is interesting because I don't think he has a lot of sacks. He has a lot of production. Because I know Matt talked about him like going in front of Bain. Because when he did Ruben Bain, I was like, Ruben Bain kind of looks very small, and I could see NFL teams really hating on him just because of his size and his arm length and stuff like that. And Matt brought up Kendrick Falk being better than him, but he doesn't really have the stats. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to look this up in a second. But yeah, he's 6'6", 270 though. Just 2 sacks in 10
Wilson.
Games though.
Oh, is that Tyree Wilson?
He has 2 sacks in 10 games.
Yeah,
in college football. I just feel see the thing is with defensive end in college football, like, and even kind of going back to the whole North Dakota State thing, like you're playing some guy that is never going to play in the NFL. At least like half, like 10 of the 12 games you play, and you have 2 sacks. Mm. Like that's why I think. At certain positions, production matters, and I think a defensive end, you gotta have some production, man.
It does.
Like
I agree.
You're not beating like normal guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not, especially you're at Auburn, right? You could probably have an easy schedule, start off. Like you're not getting like 4 sacks in those games. You're playing against some guy. That worries me a lot. So
I mean, is he winning a lot? Like, do they just have I don't know. So I'm not saying making excuses, but is Auburn's secondary maybe not that good? Like to where is like I know win rate's not everything, but I do. If you're beating the guy in front of you, I'll give you that. I understand you take about production for sure, but I mean, I'm just interested to see what that's like.
He has 26 pressures. His pass rush grade is only 63.7.
That's not very good.
Whatever you want to take a peek at, that's how you want to look at it. He just, it's not very impressive.
Yeah, last year 7 sacks. Last year 7 sacks, 45 pressures. So a little bit of a down year this year.
A little bit of a down year. Yeah. I guess you could look at it that way. Let me see. Yeah. Because last year he had a better pass rush grade, but I mean, I'm just going off PFF grade stuff, so especially in college, there's definitely some starting nerd there who just got hired at 21 years old. So take those college grades as you want to take them, but
Yeah, he wants Brugler likes the athletic freaks. That's he does. That's isn't it? Was he the one? No, it's Bruce Feldman that does the athletic
Yeah.
freaks thing. So I thought Brugler tends to like a lot of those guys, and it was interesting. I was kind of like I saw him in the top 15, and like I said, you don't see him just like wiping the game, wiping out the opponents for Auburn. I mean, and they're having a year that's not that good regardless. But
Yeah.
fourth overall. I was thinking on his list. That was the one to me.
Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, he was super high on Trayvon Walker before everybody else. Remember that.
Shortest wide receiver might be running the Falk Hive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I think he's on the Falk train. 6'6", 270. If he's athletic freak that way, we'll see. But we've kind of done that before. And you see Tyree Wilson, like if you don't produce in college, it's pretty tough to produce in the NFL. But guys like Odafe Owe didn't produce in college.
Yeah.
It's like it is weird. Like it is a weird position. I do agree. And Cleveland Ferrell, very productive in college. Not productive. Yeah. It's odd. It's odd. I know I'm bringing up exception. I know I'm bringing up single cases of evidence that don't exactly say what a full what the wide range of defensive ends are in the NFL. But I'm just like, somebody really to like him that much. I do like Dane Brugler, so I'm just kind of like, what does he see? I wish we could get him on. I feel like we could get him on and just be like, what do you like about that guy when it comes to drafting?
Yeah. Maybe we should try that. We try to get Dane on here. But yeah, that's super weird that he's high on him. And then you got Bain, he's at 6, and then you got Mendoza at 7. He only has 3 quarterbacks. He has Sellers in it.
Yeah,
that was super interesting. Which I like Sellers too. I do like Sellers, but I still think Sellers is gonna come out. He's not gonna do it. His dad's gonna be like, nah.
Maybe, but I know everybody's always likes next year's quarterback class, but next year's quarterback class looks like they've got some pretty big names coming out, and if I were Sellers, I'd rather come out this year personally. I mean, if his buzz is to be that high, you'd think about it for sure. And I for one would say I would take Lenore Sellers on the Raiders after this year, just regardless. I just would. I feel like he's a smart guy that is a rare breed of athletic and can throw the damn football. And like I said, smart guy that looks like he wants to be great. People call him Anthony Richardson. I think they're making a very lazy comparison there. I don't think Anthony Richardson wants to be great. And there were always rumblings in the Colts organization that he did not put the work in to do that.
Yeah. Looking at the second round here, so Dominique Orange, Big Citrus.
Big Citrus.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm looking at. That's a good second round pick, Big Citrus. There's a lot of good ends and linebackers in this draft. They have to eat. I mean, especially in the 4th round, man. I just better see. They got drafted 2 offensive linemen. I want 2 linebackers. Give me 2.
Yeah.
That'll be me.
I'm with you. If people are, that was a big argument right now where they're like, if the class is good, do you take one in the 1st round or wait till it goes deep? I go, I double dip. So I take one early and in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Or 3rd round or whatever. Like get 2 good linebackers on this team and see what that does. For this defense, just 2 smart linebackers that are athletic and man, I just don't want to watch Devin White anymore. So just please.
Damn, Notre Dame got 2 running backs.
Yes. Yes.
What if they drafted another running back? That would piss.
Hey, I mean, Jadarian Price later in the draft, I wouldn't hate it, to be honest. I mean, Jeremiah Love's going to be like a top 20 pick for sure, in my opinion. So, but I would say I think Jadarian Price is definitely going to be a very good second back on a team, and that could eventually be a lead back.
Yeah. All right, let's get some more questions here. Let's get into Adam Butler as well. What round should we draft Cole Payton? Right now, I'm high second right now, to be honest. But we'll see what the Raiders do. I'm hoping that he doesn't just go out there and have the greatest Senior Bowl of all time, and then it's just like a good Senior Bowl. So it's like because he kind of has like this winding up throwing motion that I think is going to bother some teams. So I think that might be a thing. But I will say I looked this up because they drafted Cam Miller last year, right? At Tampa Bay, they've drafted like 3 North Dakota State players.
Yeah,
and he was there. So
Should've
he's gonna know about it. He's gonna know about that guy for sure.
should have drafted Gray Zabel, man.
That's true. Where did Zabel go? The first round, I think.
Yeah, he's killing it for Seattle right now.
Yeah. Mark's can be quiet about Cole Payton. Yeah, I could do that. Why is my phone on the screen? It's freezing on me. All right, there you go. Why do you have more faith? Who do you have more faith in, the Raiders offense or the Raiders defense?
I think it's Cowboys defense.
Yeah, Cowboys defense. My bad.
I don't have faith in the Raiders offense to do anything right now. If they can run the ball against the Cowboys, then I'd say that, but I can't even give them that right now. I think the Cowboys defense is going to sadly have a kind of a fool's gold game where they're not good, but they're going to think they're good after making a big trade and having a good game on Monday night. Sadly, that's where we are as Raider fans. I would put more faith for this game in the Cowboys defense.
Okay. All right. I actually kind of agree with you, and it's sad to say that. I just don't believe that this offense really has an idea of what they're doing week to week. Like it feels like Chip is just out there calling plays.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's not a plan. Mm-hmm. Like in the NFL, like Kyle Shanahan, we talk about how a wizard he is. But what Kyle Shanahan really does is he finds a weakness on your defense or like a player, and he just attacks that player all game. Or he finds, a couple weaknesses and he attacks that weakness. We don't see any of that from Chip Kelly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the Broncos had nobody that can guard Brock Bowers. And I heard talking about we were trying to target Brock Bowers and he got sacks. And I was like, well, you gave your quarterback way too much thinking that he could hit Tyler Lockett too. So you got to eliminate that where you're just throwing it to Brock Bowers, right? And to be honest, like do a swing route. What about a quick flat?
Yeah,
the Raiders used to do a quick flat to Darren Waller all the time, and he would just go get 7. You remember those plays? Mm-hmm. That's all you need to do. Just a little quick flat throw. Just get his goal blockers in front of him.
Chip Kelly plays Madden, and he goes to recent plays.
Exactly, man, and they're just not attacking NFL defenses. He's just out there like I have the greatest play sheet in the world, and I'm gonna make this happen. That's what's happening. Is it Geno? It's both. It's both. How much of it is on the O line? Okay, I mean the O line has issues. Okay, so, but I still think they're not as bad as Geno Smith is making them look. Okay, so I think the offensive line actually has a better. It would be with a quarterback that got rid of the football and threw the ball on time and did all those things. We would like the offensive line more than we do now. Now in run blocking, they have some issues. Okay, but also that's on Chip a little bit too because the passing game is just so weak. But I don't know, man. Meredith's not. He's pretty good. Meredith's a pretty good player. People don't like him, but JPJ was getting better. Parham hasn't been as bad as people say he has this year. Glaze and Stoll Forsythe are not playing well in pass protection. But also, if you're a good coordinator, you should give them some help. It's the easiest thing to do is give your tackles help in the NFL. So it's still on Chip a little bit with the offensive line too, but I think they'll be better with a better coordinator and what they wanted to do because we can get up Brendan Carroll, but Brendan Carroll. I'm pretty sure if he was the play caller, he would. And I'm mad I said that out loud because that might happen. But if he would put a chip there, you know what I mean? I think he would put a chip.
How's your name, Chip? How's your name, Chip Kelly? You don't chip anybody.
I don't know.
It'd be like if you're Rocket Ishmael and you were slow. It's terrible.
Stupid. Would you rather have North Turner or Chip Kelly? I think they should have kept Scott Turner, to be honest. I think his offense would be a whole lot better if Scott Turner was calling plays.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess none of the above. The Chip Kelly thing just sucks because I think they need to make another change, but it's like, man, it's another install year. It's another that, you know. But I don't know. You look at teams like the Seattle Seahawks, who, you know, they go from whatever that guy's name was that was with Alabama that they brought in, and then you bring in and then they go bring in Clint Kubiak and just run West Coast. Like sometimes the system agrees with the personnel, which I still feel like that's not exactly happening ever with the Raiders. Is the system seems like it's agreeing with the personnel now, and it would be very you know, maybe you can catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree. I watched the presser today, and the way Chip Kelly described who plays the offense seems like Pete chooses the starting players.
I mean, the coach is in charge of who dresses and like does that, but the starting players, I don't know. Some of it is just like, yeah, they should be playing younger guys. Like they should be like playing Jack Besh more to see what they have. They should be doing that. But at the end of the day, I think what we're talking about is like guys like, you know, DJ Glaze and guys like that. Like you should know, you have to know that you're going to have to help that guy against a speed rusher. Like that's easy to know. That's easy to find out. We know this. Guys drinking beers on Friday night with cameras in their face understand that DJ Glaze is going to need help against Nick Bonito. Like guys do like that. That's the problem more so than anything.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what, you know, the average football fan was like, hey, we should probably get a chip with Glaze against Benito. He's gonna have a problem with speed rushers.
I've drank 18 ounces of my 20-ounce TDL tumbler full of whiskey, and I can tell you that DJ Glaze needs help.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out, and I still know this.
Why won't the Raiders give Patrick Graham a chance? I don't think Graham wants to be that coach for the Raiders.
I think people are going to take this the wrong way when I say this. Do you see head coach when you see Patrick Graham, or do you see guy that likes to just bury his head in books? I mean, he interviews, so he obviously wants it, and everybody wants it. But like, can you see Patrick Graham like grab somebody and be like, "Hey, you do that"? Like, I can't see that. You know what I mean? And if he does it, like, I don't exactly like. There's no shame in being a defensive coordinator.
Yeah,
like whatsoever. Like guys like Dom Capers. Remember Dom Capers as a head coach?
Yeah,
it happened. Yeah, it wasn't good. Like there's just certain guys like Dennis Allen. There's just guys like that are bookworms and scheme nerds and stuff. And they are very good at ruling that little kingdom that they have, and they can be psychos about it. And I just like with Patrick Graham, like you see his press conferences, he's just like, you know, it's not. Again, maybe somebody's going to prove me wrong. Maybe somebody's going to hire him. But if the Raiders fired Pete Carroll, Patrick Graham would not even be on my top 10 list for guys I'd want to take over. And I could be wrong, but that's just what I think.
Yeah. MEZBX is your bugging. The Patrick Graham.
Okay, whatever. I mean, they do it, and then people pretend they never wanted him. Yeah. Once he's 0-4, you know, fire him after the first year, just like everybody else. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. Vic Fangio is another great example of that.
Because the thing with defensive coaches is they don't like offensive players for the most part. I mean, I think that dynamic gets left out when you get a defensive coach, right? Pete Carroll's a little different. You know, Pete Carroll's always been like kind of that, you know, you're running what he wants to do regardless, right? So he's been a little bit of a control freak with his offense and of how he wants his offense to look, because he feels like he knows all. He feels like he knows both, kind of like Bill Belichick, right? Bill Belichick feels like he knows offense and defense. But you know, there's guys like Aaron Glen, right, or like Vic Fangio, who are like these defensive guys, and they like hate quarterbacks. So like when they handle a quarterback, like, you know, Brian Flores, he's texting Tua that he sucks because these guys don't like quarterbacks. They think quarterbacks are cuddled and you can't hit them. They think they're soft. So that's what you got to hire, the right defensive coach who doesn't just hate quarterbacks. And yeah, Vrabel's a good example. He doesn't hate quarterbacks. He's Tom Brady's best friend.
Yeah, I think, and like,
that's my point. Like, you need a defensive coach like him who likes offense too, and knows what and he could dabble in both, and he doesn't hate quarterbacks. It's a perfect example.
A fun example of that, and this is like a coach that I think is good, a good coach, D'Amico Ryans. You could tell he doesn't give a damn about offense. But his defense is sick. They're hitting people, smacking people. Stingley, Will Anderson. Like the way they win games is going to be 15-10 or some like crazy miracle game that they had last. Like, oh, it was good. They don't care. And I'm not saying don't hire a defensive coach. Like, I think Chris Shula is going to be a hot candidate this year. Does Chris Shula give a shit about quarterbacks? I don't know.
Probably he came up with his dad, right?
Maybe. I just, you know what I mean? It's like the defensive, like, it's easy when you hire an offensive coach because you can hire. What I mean is you can hire like a Patrick Graham kind of guy, or hire a guy who wants to just be there and that's your side of the ball. You take it. That's your side. Now, when you have when you have a defensive minded coach that only really, focus on the defense, you might get that great offensive coordinator. They're getting the head coaching job in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, because if they're any kind of good, Clint Kubiak's leaving Seattle this year unless he physically says I don't want to.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to hire him this year. They're going to have to replace him all the time. Mike McDonald's doing a great job, right? He's doing a great job, but they're getting a lot out of that offense this year that they're going to have to replace next year.
Yeah. MEZBX is bugging. He is intelligent.
I didn't say he's bad at knowing things about defense. Like people put words in my mouth. We're talking about head coaches here. That's a tough thing to do in the NFL. Guys get fired every year. It's hard.
And to me, it's not even about having a top 10 quarterback. It's about them liking quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm telling you, these guys hate quarterbacks. A lot of defense coaches don't like quarterbacks. That's why when I see, some of those like rankings and when they're asking coaches and they're asking defensive coaches about these quarterbacks, I'm like, why are you asking a defensive guy? He's going to say that like there's some stupid shit. Like, whatever. Yeah, I just blitzed his ass and he's a pussy. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be some, crazy shit because they're defensive coaches. They just hate everybody. They hate all quarterbacks. And that's why you see like Aaron Glenn just, talk shit about Justin Fields openly, and you know what I mean, and Brian Flores texting Tua. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Also, would you guys be actually happy? Be honest. If the Raiders fired Pete Carroll and hired Patrick Graham, would you guys be like, hell yeah? I don't know that I would.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he doesn't give full on leader, but we could be wrong. We could be wrong.
I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I'm not speaking out of guarantee. That somebody asked what I thought, and I said, well, that's what I think. And I think I'm just saying. I think who was it that interviewed him a couple years ago, like twice?
Jax.
Okay. Why didn't they hire him? People can have their own political reasons or anything like that, but they didn't hire him. And he's going to get more interviews this year, probably. Like, he just seems like a guy that's going to get interviews. People are interested. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But how are those interviews going?
We'll see. We'll see, man. Maybe he does get a job. Maybe he does. Maybe he
does. Maybe he does. And if the Raiders do hire him, I'll be pulling for him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not so sure. I mean, like, why didn't they hire him last time?
That is true.
He's on the staff. It's on the staff. He was on the staff. He could just be like, hey, Antonio Pierce is fired. You should be the head coach.
Exactly.
Tom Brady knows him.
I mean, they went with Antonio Pierce over him.
Mm-hmm. That's like a couple of times they've done this. and again, we're not talking about the smartest franchise in the world, but nobody else has done it either.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this Adam Butler comments. Let me pull up these exact comments. But Adam Butler made a storm because he basically attacked Chip Kelly, basically. Kind of went at Chip Kelly and said, we all know what's going on, right? What exactly did he say? Do you remember exactly what he said before I pull this up? I should have done this before the show, but whatever.
Um, the comments,
Yes.
the Adam Butler comments. Yes, no, he. So he basically, now I posted it. Somebody said you didn't watch the full clip. He took responsibility for the defense as well, not being what they should be. But in the clip, and he was very critical, basically saying it's hard to go out there and you're doing your job, handling business on your side of the ball when you know the other side isn't doing anything. Now, to me, you're not wrong.
Yes.
However, I just don't. I've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. We've been talking about the Raiders' defense has played a little bit better than I thought they would. Not great, but a little bit better than I thought. I still don't know that they're playing good enough to be like offense. That's on you. Like, I still don't know that they're that good. That's my thing. Like Marcus Mariota ran the ball down your throat. You know what I'm saying? Just they got beat by some good teams. You couldn't stop Jacksonville for most of the game. And Jacksonville can score points for sure. They just when any team is a little slightly better than average, they usually just walk up and down the field. The Chiefs, I mean, come on, the team is ass. That's what you say.
Yeah.
We are ass, is what you say as a team. Not cover your ass. We are ass.
Yes.
And this is a guy who just started producing in the last 2 weeks for this season, by the way. The last 2 weeks he's popped up on the stat sheet, making some plays. We know he's a good player, but he hadn't really done a lot this year going up into there. So I didn't want to I don't want to our job is to cut the Raiders into thirds and talk about what's good and what's bad. His job is to say we suck. We're 2-7.
Yeah, you make a good point. It's the comments were interesting from that perspective, right? Because it's like, bro, it's not like you guys are stopping everybody. You guys aren't just superstars, right? You're not this amazing defense. Like, are you guys playing better than you should be? And have you played like more better games than we thought, right?
Yes.
Because when I saw him say that, I just looked it up, and that's why I tweeted that. I mean, they have given up less than 20 points or more 4 times, right? Which is something that we never thought they'd do, right? I mean, if we think about it before the season, we're not thinking that they would do some decent defensive games, and the offense has scored 7 and 9 points in 2 of those. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But also, they are just bad on defense too. They are bad on defense, right? They are bad. I think they're overachieving a little bit because, they're pretty high in EPA. Not high, but like they're 19th. And they're 20th in pass versus pass, and they're like 15th against the run. So like they're just below average on defense, right? Average, below average, depending on the game, depending on the quarterback they're facing, and depending on the offense that they're facing. It really is all dependent on the quarterback. That's why I'm scared of Dak Prescott. I think he's going to tear them up. So
he's a good quarterback.
Exactly, because every time they face a good quarterback, what has happened?
That's the thing. Like, people are saying, what talent do we have and all that stuff. That's a valid excuse. That's still what you said right there means you can't be saying we're doing our job. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You can't do that. And I understand in the rest of the clip he did say, and as a defense we have to get better. We have to do this. Okay, I'm just saying let's not do the we're handling business. If you're a top 10, if they were a top 10 defense right now,
yeah, and
they're just getting after teams, and the Raiders are losing 13-10 every game. Balls in the offense's hand with 2 minutes to go, and they're just not getting it done. That because I'll do the inverse of what's happened. Chase Brown said this about the Bengals defense, which he is 100% allowed to say. They suck. Like the Bengals the Bengals with their backup quarterback almost averaged 40 points over 2 weeks and lost to one solid, pretty good team, one bad team, the Jets. And he was like, it sucks when they don't handle their business on their side. We could all watch that game, all levels of fandom, and go, they're scoring points. Their defense sucks. With the Raiders, you're just going, man, this team is just ass when you watch them. Like the team is just ass. There's a couple plays they'll make on defense, but we're judging the defense being well from thinking that they're ass. Like we're like, oh, that's a nice play for a bad defense. Yeah, it's just that's what we're doing. And I hate that we're here right now. I hate that we're in like cover your own ass, like liability, non-disclosure agreement part of Raiders that we see every year where not my fault where we're seeing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of animosity towards the offense, obviously, right? I mean,
For sure.
they do. They feel it for some reason. I mean, no matter what. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just don't like Chip Kelly. So that's the kind of it feels like, in my opinion, like a little bit, because he was taking a lot of shots at Chip Kelly there. That was, we know what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. What does that mean, Adam? So is there like a beef between like Carroll and Kelly? Like, are we having like a Buddy Ryan versus Kevin Gilbride type of thing? But like, you remember for the Houston Oilers, I don't even remember that. They fought the sideline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are we having that type of instance?
I'd love to see that.
You know, just Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly just start swinging at each other.
All of a sudden, they pan up to the booth with Chip Kelly, and you see Pete standing behind him. You're like, why is Pete in the booth right now? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He's got him in the headlock. He's got him in the headlock. He's just like
old school, like
throw it to Bowers. Throw it to Bowers.
Oh man!
Say Uncle Chip. Yeah.
And I feel like Pete would get him. I feel like Pete would get him for some reason. I feel like Pete has the old school like Dukes. He has some serious Dukes.
Pete probably like Pete if I remember it's like the movie Big Daddy where the old man beats up Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? When he's with his wife, you're like, damn. Like he just gives it to him. Like, yeah.
That's exactly how I feel about it. But yeah, obviously there's something there. There's something there, sure, like some dynamic. I don't know what Chip's doing. You know, Chip probably seems like a little bit of a closed off dude, right? So since I don't know what the connection is there with the defense, but I feel like this was a big shot at Chip Kelly. It's just everybody knows what's going on. Like, what is this, like a conspiracy theory, bro? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we don't know.
Yeah. Does Chip Kelly actually exist? Is he an amorphous manifestation?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Like, he's on TikTok. Like, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows. Like, no, we don't. Yeah. Like, we have no idea what you're talking about. What does that mean?
I know, man. It's I more or less, I just hate that we're here right now. It's just, it just sucks, man. Like, it's just the whole, you hear these teams like the Eagles complain, like, I'm not getting enough targets. And they're like 8-2, 2-7, and we're doing the not my fault custody battle, almost custody battles is what it sounds like. Yeah, hate it.
Yeah,
you see what's happening.
Tape don't lie. Mm-hmm. It's stupid. It's stupid. AJ Brown's funny with that. I saw this clip of somebody making fun of wide receivers at press conferences. He was like, "Yeah, we won, but I didn't get the fucking ball. So what does that mean?"
Did we win?
Did we win?
Do my kids eat after this? Did you take the spoon out of my son's mouth by not throwing me 15 targets today? I mean, that being said, I think Brock Bowers should be allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers should say, like, because that's the thing, is Brock Bowers would be the only guy on this team that can talk, and he never will. He should be like, I don't know. I think you should throw the ball more than me 3 times, you fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like, what if he said that? Like, and he's like, you know what's going on. His hair's all fucked up and everything. He's like, you know what's going on.
We would agree with him, though. We would be like, yeah, Brock, you're right.
No, it's what I'm saying. Like it's. I'm not saying no one's ever allowed to say this. The Raiders defense, I don't need to hear this from right now. Like, you guys aren't that good.
And not Adam Butler. If it was Max Crosby, it hit a little different, right? You're right.
Exactly. It's more so the messenger rather than the message is all.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. Honestly, I would love it. Brock Bowers, like, just after the Broncos game, like that.
He's like, I love football so much. I love when the ball comes to me more than 3 times.
It's I can control what I control, but like if you throw it to me 2 times, this is the outcome.
Yeah. He's like, he's Todd Monken understood football. Why does Chip Kelly?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just, I'm back at home drinking wine at Napa with my family, thinking about how stupid Chip Kelly is.
Seriously.
Yeah. It's just I hate my life because I don't get 15 targets a game. Save me. I would agree with him every time. I'd be like, yeah, throw the ball to him more than that. Save Brock.
He's right. He's right every single time.
Yeah.
How did the turnout go? The TDL supported speed, not Richie Cook. We haven't got an answer yet.
But no answer is not a no. So
exactly.
So, guys, keep it going. Put the pedal to the metal. Know who you're dealing with. This is Richie Incognito, man.
He's busy. He's got his own podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's good, man. He calls. I forget what show he calls into sometimes. He's good, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Tyson from ASU?
It's good.
I think somebody else has him like in a competition wide receiver one. I saw my dude DP say that, but I'm an ASU fan, so he's wide receiver one. And if they took Jordan Tyson, you would get the they shouldn't do that, but yeah, let's
Three
go.
Luxury picks in a row for the Rangers. What are they doing?
That's exactly what you would get from me. You're gonna be like, I don't know, but like, yeah, let's go. Hey. He's 6'4", and he's basically Drake London to me. So
okay, so because a lot of people have Cardinal Tate at 1. However, Cardinal Tate I've heard he's slow. That's a big thing. They say a lot of people think
10 wide receivers are always scary. Big 10 corners, Big 10 wide receivers, because you see it a lot of the times when you draft those guys. They're not really the best players in the world. Like, how many Big 10 corners are top 10 in the NFL like right now?
I can't think of a lot of Big 10 corners. Cooper DeJean, no, I don't know. He's not top 10. But receivers, though, I think there's quite a few Big 10 that are good, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah,
you have Ibuka, JSN's wide receiver 1 right now. You have what's his name? Nico Collins is pretty damn good. I know he gets hurt a lot. He's a Michigan guy. They got guys. I think out of the receiver position, you could name more corners. I agree. Jeff Okudah, guys like that. Damon Arnett. They're not that good.
Yeah. But all those guys go to one school for the most part, or 2 schools, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're drafting an Illinois wide receiver,
Pat Bryant.
I was
hoping we didn't get cooked by Pat Bryant last week. I was hoping we didn't. We didn't, so that's good.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a Big 10 with everything with that. That's why I was a little bit nervous about drafting any Big 10 players. But let's go to Ohio State, because to go to Ohio State, they're freaks. I'm not worried about that. Right? Colonel Tate. They got a record here. Jeremiah Smith. It's just Marvin Harrison. We found out he didn't run a 40 for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he found out real quick. But Jordan Tyson, he's Drake London. That's who he is. That's my comp for him. Who do you think they try to place on the O-line? That's gonna be super interesting.
Right tackle for sure. I think Glaze for sure needs competition at that spot next year.
Yeah, I think they could do something free agency. I think they're going to pay somebody more money than we like to bring him in. But maybe for the next question, does Caleb Rogers get destroyed this week? Maybe Caleb Rogers plays well this week.
Hey, that's something to look forward to, in my opinion. I say this as somebody who was not a fan of the pick at the time. I didn't think that was a good use of a top 100 pick. But I'm pulling for him, and he's a hell of an athlete. Played a lot of college football. Let's go have a look.
Yeah. And the thing is, I was talking this with Matt earlier, is that we know Alex Kappa is going to get his ass whooped by Quinn Williams. We all know. Exactly. Like, everybody here knows that Alex Kappa is getting his ass kicked by Quinn Williams. I guess that's really not a thing that you even have to think about. We know if Alex Kappa goes and plays, he's getting his ass kicked. With Rodgers, we don't know. Maybe he goes out there and he just surprises all of us, and that's the better feeling. Like, do I think that it would happen, that he'd probably get his ass kicked? Yes, but what if he doesn't?
And also, just watching 2 people getting their ass kicked is not the same experience, in my opinion. When you're on 2-17 and a rookie's getting his ass kicked, and has a few good reps in that ass kicking, where you're like, okay, that's good. Teach that there. Alex Kappa's not going to get any better off of it getting his ass whooped. Caleb Rogers could get better after getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. It's just more hope there, because like, what does it say? What if he just goes out there and just balls and just gives him like one pressure?
Or just has a mixed bag of a game where it's like, ooh, got
Yeah.
his ass kicked on that rep. Damn, look at that. You know what I mean? Got to the second level. Whoa, because he has that athleticism. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's that's the more interesting thing here. It's like I want to see the rookie play because I in preseason he had a one good game and he maybe struggled a little bit the next one, but then he finished well the next game. So he had a good preseason. You know what I mean? So did Grant though, and they wouldn't even think about
I like Charles
playing.
Grant.
Yeah, I thought he had a good preseason too.
Me too. And he just showed this ability to recover, even if his footwork wasn't perfect. And I was like, that's the kind of stuff that translates really well. To me, he should be the competition at right tackle next year for Glaze. Fuck it, play right tackle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That should. There's not really the pay You're not losing out on pay the way people used to back in the day versus left and right tackle. So you play one side and you get that done, you're gonna be good for a while. That should be your actual competition next year for Glaze at right tackle. I still wouldn't mind them going out and getting a veteran there. Can we depend on Colton Miller to play full seasons into his 30s? That we don't know, but yeah, I people keep saying moving Glaze to guard. I think we talked about that last week. I'd rather play Caleb Rogers there at guard.
Yeah, let's see what happens because then that lets us know if he goes out there and plays decent for the rest of the season, if he's an average guard for the rest of the year, average NFL guard, it kind of tells you, okay, maybe you don't have to draft one. Right, maybe we could find if you want to replace Parham, we can get another guard in free agency.
Yeah.
We have a guy who could play guard that's average, and then we hope he gets better. And then if he sucks in the next year, I mean, it is what it is. But if he goes out there and he's just absolutely terrible, then we know the Raiders got to find another young guard. You know what I mean? But he had a decent preseason. It's going to be a thing. Yeah, somebody asked about moving DJ Glaze to guard. I just don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to be the Raiders a team to try that, I guess, more than if he wants to do that with the Browns or something, have fun. But I just don't want to try DJ Glaze at guard with the Raiders since he's never played it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing is you're telling him he's never played guard, so it's not like he plays guard in college and it was like we asked him to become a tackle. You're asking him to learn a new position.
Yeah. No, Grant has never played right tackle.
No, but I will say switching sides in tackle versus going from tackle to guard is different. I just did they try it? Maybe they tried it in preseason. Damn, Charles Grant cannot move that way at right tackle. Maybe they just said that. Maybe they found that out. That could be possible. But I think when they extended Colton Miller, your first thing you should have been doing is kicking him over to right tackle to get reps. Let's just see, because that might be the way you play this year. And maybe their goal is to have him not play football at all this year. I don't know. I didn't think he needed that much of a red shirt. I think he needed some time to develop and stuff. And I'm sure even if he's not, it doesn't have quite the NFL frame yet or the weight that he needs to have, I'd still like to see him out there, man. At least we play Stone Forsythe, dude. Stone Forsythe plays for this team. It's not like these guys can't see the field.
Gio said that he was working on learning right tackle. So is that what they're doing? They're doing this whole project where he's just doing right tackle practice in secret?
Okay. Well, good. I actually like that then. Yeah. But at some point, now the test will be if DJ Glaze gets hurt at all, who plays right tackle?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's so and I'm not wishing this on anybody. I don't want it to happen or anything, but if he does, who comes out and plays?
Who play right tackle right now?
That's what I'm saying. He's been active. Charles Grant has dressed for the last 5 games as an active player. So maybe it's the case. But has Glaze gone out at all? Ever? I mean, he might just be Iron Man.
He hasn't.
Yeah, he might just be an Iron Man. You never know. It's a question.
That's a good point. Who would go in if Glaze got down? It would have to be him.
He's been active for a reason. Caleb Rogers hasn't been. Charles Grant's actually been on the active roster for the last 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So Glaze just hasn't been the opportunity yet. Now, I wish they'd give Glaze a little help over there and stuff, but they don't.
Yeah. Somebody asked if Glaze is a bad run blocker. I actually think he is a good run blocker, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like overall, I think he's a good run blocker. Maybe not great, but overall, he's good there. He just, if a speed rush is in front of him, he's done. And this year it's like he didn't hit the weight room at all this year in the offseason. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe just eating. I don't know. Is this 2026 draft worse than last year?
What?
I think he's talking about QBs.
Oh, QB. I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, the whole draft. How do you know? No. I think it's better. I think it's way better. Yeah, I don't think this class is bad at quarterback. I just the fact that there's no top number one like that everyone's tanking for, which to be honest, Mendoza's been been making some nice plays. I mean, he has some nice receivers at Indiana too, but he's been making some plays and he might end up going number one. But it's just, I think it's a good class. I think there's a lot of good starters in the class. I'll just say, I'll go back to the 2021 class. Anytime you think people don't pretend this wasn't the case. Everyone in 2021 talked about that class being like 1983. Who was in that class 2021? Trevor Lawrence, good player. Zach Wilson, too, bust. Trey Lance, bust. Mac Jones is kind of having a nice little revival, but he definitely was not a first-round pick. Hasn't played like a first-round pick. Like that, it's just a lot of people just like. The draft content has never been more popular than it ever has been, but I think people speak in absolutes about a draft that hasn't happened yet more than they should. I think there's plenty of talent in the 2026 quarterback class, and I hope the Raiders leave with one of them. Yeah, it's true. Justin Fields was in that too. That's right. That's who I've been missing one in there. Justin Fields, who there's things he does that are good, and then there's wide open receivers that he misses. Still.
Yeah. Next question here. A lot of questions today. You are just firing at me here. Is it Chip Killer or was it against Geno? That's probably from earlier. Somebody asked how many sacks does Buller have this year? I think it's 2?
1 or 2. I mean, look, if he's going to have a good second half of the year, that'd be great. But I didn't see him doing a lot in the first half of the year after getting paid. Everybody talked about how he needed a big Adam Butler is the unsung hero of the team. Yeah, okay, well, it's the unsung is all I'm saying. Just I'm telling you, expect more out of these guys. They did not pay Robert Spillane. They did not pay Trayvon Merrick. Those two guys are playing better on their teams than the guy they decided to pay.
Yeah. When is the last time Butler stopped to run back in the backfield? The past 2 weeks, he's actually played pretty well. Mm-hmm. You can't be too much mad about how he's played the past 2 weeks. Just keep it real. I mean, he's played pretty well, but I mean, you just rather hear that from Max Crosby. You know what I mean? What other tackle the Raiders drafted last year, and how is he doing? Selecting them back-to-back made no sense to me. Kind of talked about that already, basically.
But that's Charles Grant. We're talking about Charles Grant here.
Yeah, you already talked about that. Has Forsyth ever played right tackle? Wasn't he right tackle for Seattle?
I don't know. The guy didn't have a lot of good tape in the NFL. I mean, yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know enough to say, but I'm about done with him. So I'd like to see Charles Grant, because again, if you're playing Stone Forsyth and you have a top 100 pick, like you shouldn't be playing Stone Forsyth on a 2-7 team over a top 100 pick right now. Just my opinion.
I agree with that, man. I mean, it's not like the Rays are good or anything like that.
That's why if they were good, I kind of get it, where you're like, okay, we need a veteran presence in there and stuff. They suck. So like let's just play the kids and I mean, we're not protecting the franchise quarterback back there.
Exactly. All right, let me get some of these voicemails up here. So make sure Baby Shake is not too long here on this one. But we get some of these voicemails up here. So 1 second, bam. Share screen. Here we go.
What up, Marcus? What up, Glen? This is Baby Shoe. Have two questions for you guys. How's Membo doing versus Genty? Because that's who I wanted to pick. Any idea on how he's doing over there? I think he's over there at the Jets. Second question is, what are the top needs of the entire roster in 2026? Me, I say QB1, 2 guards, a right tackle, 2 elite linebackers, QB1, and a safety. Now that's almost the whole damn roster. Oh, and let's not forget a D lineman and a damn edge, because Kuntz ain't doing nothing on the other side either. So yeah, if you guys can answer those 2 questions for me, it'd be much appreciated. Love you guys. You guys are the real deal. There's no one out there like you guys. I hope Raider Nation tweeted out, get Richie Incognito on the show. It's a must. I did that for us. Maybe you should call out the number of tweets that you saw to see who actually turned out for us. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Make sure you answer all my questions, Mark.
Shout out, baby Shake. So what do you think, Glenn? What do you think?
I think so. Versus Membu versus Genty. It's been a hot button topic. I definitely wanted Armand Membu in the top 10, but I'm still fine with Genty. I think he's really good. The thing you need to realize, and look, I'm looking at Membo's PFF grade. I watched that game on there. I haven't watched a lot of Jets football. Not a lot of people have, unless you're a diehard Jets fan, like the way we're diehard Raider fans. He seems to be doing pretty well, Armand Membu. 75 PFF grade, basically. That's pretty good for a rookie. I mean, that's very good for a rookie, I would say. And at a tough position. That being said, both teams are still don't have anything at quarterback, and they're not any closer to winning. Both those players didn't put any of their teams closer to winning, which when people say you should have drafted this, you should have drafted that, that's something you can say 5 years from now. Now, I'll give you guys a comp that I think kind of fits with this. Ezekiel Elliott and Jalen Ramsey, right? Ezekiel Elliott got drafted 4th overall, I want to say. Forget the year, but Jalen Ramsey goes a couple picks later, right? So Jalen Ramsey plays the more premium position, right? That's a very hot button topic. Ezekiel Elliott had the Cowboys in the playoffs. I mean, they were running the football with him, with a rookie 4th round pick quarterback and stuff like that. He was helping the Cowboys win games. Jalen Ramsey was also very good. Now, Jalen Ramsey was on the Jaguars. They went to an AFC title game, I think, or something like that with him. Hell of a player. But both teams, like they're one player on a team is what I'm saying. Like, yes, your overall process should be you need to get a good roster, but I don't think the Raiders are handcuffed by drafting Genty, and I don't think the Jets are at some advantage by drafting Membo. I think they're both really good players.
Yeah,
but I know Shug said another one, but I'll let you answer that first question. He asked more.
Yeah. So with Membu and Genty, it's still early to me, right? I think with draft questions, like I want to answer that question 3 years from now, because honestly, I think Genty is good. I think he's actually better than the NFL that I thought he would be.
Yes.
At this point, I thought he would actually, because people got mad at me during the draft season, but I wasn't the highest on Genty as like a generational prospect. But I think there's a lot of things, if he gets with the right coordinator that has a great run package, of what he can do. Because I think him like manipulating linebackers and things like that is just what Chip Kelly is designing for him. He can't do what he actually wants to do, because I think the offensive linemen are thinking too much. They're not really in their right places. They're blocking the wrong guy. They're messing up in front of him. And I think if you can get the offensive line, not even just upgraded, right, but to the point where Genty is allowed to work, where he can like look and do whatever and have his patience and hit holes in different areas. And you could see him trying to do that, but he can't. So that's the struggle with Genty, I believe. I just think that he has to kind of have that offensive line that can hold it long enough for him to do his thing. And the Raiders' offensive line is just messing up too much, blocking the wrong guy, whatever they're doing at some instance. And it's kind of just hurting him a little bit, hurting him how he's being looked at. But we'll see how this goes with these two for sure.
All I'm saying is it takes more than just those picks. Like I don't believe those 2 picks are going to propel one franchise versus put one franchise into the ground. What I mean is when Jacksonville drafted Jalen Ramsey, like they had to have a lot of other stuff go right, and it wasn't sustainable either because they didn't build the way the Cowboys did. At that time, like the Cowboys found a 4th-round quarterback that was good. In Dak Prescott. They had a good offensive line. Now, I still think the Raiders can address that offensive line. I don't think you have to do one before the other, like everyone says. There's no perfect way to build a team. Like if you get better offensive line play next year, the Genty pick looks great. In my opinion, I think you're able to dominate games. I don't think Bijan Robinson hit the ground running for Atlanta. You watch him now. Look, they're not that good of a team. I'll give you that, but they can. Bijan is the reason you buy a Falcons ticket right now. I mean, the guy's a beast. And even we're talking about Genty's year that if anyone's disappointed, the guy's going to have double-digit touchdowns this year for the Raiders as a rookie. Like more than likely, people like Trevion Henderson last night, 3 yards a carry. He has 3 touchdowns last night because his quarterback's good and his offense is good. They find a way to get him 3 touchdowns in that game. The Raiders need a quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback. Nothing's going to matter till that happens. In terms of team needs, I would say I'll do my top 3. Quarterback 1. I mean, QB 1. Absolutely. I mean, it's number 1. I mean, it's number 1. It's never been more number 1 than now, but it's been number 1 for a while, right?
Yeah.
And I think right now it's extra number 1 because we got bamboozled. Word of the day. And then I'll say this right now. I say edge. My second one is edge. Edge 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Raiders need edge 2 and then DT 1. I want this defensive line to be good. If you're not trading Max Crosby, you gotta have an elite D line. To me, if you're just not trading him, that means you think you're gonna win with him, and the only way you do that is if this D line is playing. That's why I got mad at Adam Butler's comments. You play next to one of the best players in the league. You should be eating or helping him eat, and you're doing none of the two.
Yeah.
So, to me, that I think corner. I think they're developing at corner a little bit. I wouldn't hate if they added there. Of course not. I think Stokes has done a good job. I think Porter looks like he could be very good. And is learning on the fly. Safety. If we're going to 4, I'd say safety. I think they need 2 safeties after that. Linebackers is definitely a need, and it's a strong suit of this class. But I think they can add that in free agency a little bit.
Yeah. So of course, quarterback's number 1 for me. I mean, raising a quarterback. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired of this shit. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm tired. I'm just tired. This is I'm done. Draft somebody that we can get excited about. Let's just start there, right? Then, from everywhere else, I think they can make some tweaks in the offensive line. That's kind of be what they decide. If they want to keep Parham, whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of fans would be mad. I think they're going to try to keep Merritt at the center. They're going to be pissed about that. I think that's going to be a thing. I think the NFL is a little bit higher on Meredith as a center than we would like to say. But with him, I think the offensive line, we'll see how they fix that. I think they could probably maybe add a couple wide receivers, maybe add some weapons there too as well. But I think they got to focus on the defense. They got to get a quarterback, defense. That means I want 2 linebackers in that 4th round. They got 3 4th-round picks. You move around, whatever you want to do. Give me some of these damn linebackers. This is one of the best linebackers classes we've seen in a minute. Get me some of these dudes. Draft 2 of them, right? Because then if maybe one's bad, maybe one's good. We got a better hit rate here.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Right? Let's draft a bunch of these guys. Grab a quarterback. You know what I mean? You got those picks. Maybe you get aggressive to draft a quarterback. right? They need to not mess around with some of this stuff, in my opinion. But I think getting a quarterback is just paramount to this whole offseason. Like, if they don't draft a quarterback in the first, second round, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I agree.
Like, the time is now. Like, okay, we moved on from Derek Carr. We've gone with old guys for 3 years. Like I'm done. I'm done with the veterans. Like, I don't. Somebody asked me about Kyler Murray. I'll probably get to that question. I don't care. No veterans. I know the Colts did it. The Colts had a better team than the Raiders. The Colts were a team that had a young quarterback that was not good. You know what I mean? Like, if we draft somebody and then, like, I don't know, like 2 years from now or something, like 3 years from now, who's a young quarterback right now that is not playing well? Like, maybe, I don't know, like Trevor Lawrence or something just comes up in free agency. If we draft some guy and then we get Trevor Lawrence later on, like a 31, 32-year-old Trevor Lawrence, fine.
Yeah,
that's okay.
You want him in the building. You want the guy in the building.
Yeah, I want a young guy though. Can we get a damn young guy in here? And no third rounds. No third rounds. I'm talking first or second.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm done with that shit. Like,
I agree. That's number one. That's number one by a long shot. I mean, because at the end of the day, this is a pretty good, provided that we get this offensive coordinator thing under wraps and get somebody in there to call the plays and run the offense, which that's probably need number one, because you would do that first as you would hire an OC. Mm. To me, having Genty, Bowers, and guys like that's a good situation to pop into as a quarterback. And I don't think the O-line's that bad at pass protecting right now as is. And I would expect them to spend, because O-line, I don't really want to draft a lot of O-linemen this year. I'd rather get some free agent ones in. I wouldn't mind spending a little money at O-line and just making sure that that's not an issue.
Yeah. I don't know. The time is now, man. I'm tired of this shit. Plus minus one crack toss. Don't get me started on Chip Kelly. He has one of the best crack toss runners in the league, and he doesn't do it.
Monster.
7 yards a pop.
Yeah,
and he won't do it. It's like, you're like, you know what? Let's go back to the inside zone. You know what? I'm tired of this shit, man. This offense pissed me off. Any thoughts on Josh McDaniels developing Drake May to an MVP candidate year one? I skipped that question, so I want to go back to it.
You know what's funny about that? The Raiders could have had both. Josh McDaniels and Drake May. Think about it.
It's true.
Josh McDaniels, you don't fire him and bring in Antonio Pierce. You lose out the year because Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach. Then you draft Drake May. Then you have Drake May and Josh McDaniels, and you don't fire Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
As Raider fans, would you rather have that right now or what we have right now? Josh McDaniels is head coach, by the way, is what I'm saying, but also calling the plays. It's an interesting thought. That's all I'm saying.
Josh McDaniels is super interesting to me because, he's getting a lot of praise, but what's happening with his offense is that Drake May is on fire. Yeah. Like, I don't think people understand how on fire he is. He is hitting every pass over 15 plus yards, like every single one. And the thing is, those passes are hard to hit consistently like that over time. It's like a 3-point shot, right? Unless he's Steph Curry, something's going to happen where there's going to be a game where he doesn't hit those shots, because it is literally a deep pass is a 3-point shot. But he is on fire. Like, he's hitting every single little, wheel route that Josh McDaniels calls. He's been calling since 2007. He's hitting every single, crosser that he's been calling since 2007. He's just hitting them perfectly in stride every single time. And he's playing out of his mind, to be honest. Josh is getting the love for it, but I think it's really just Drake May is just balling out of his mind.
And and I'll put it this way: like you look at Vrabel, right? Who I think is a younger Pete Carroll, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think what he does is just like a younger Pete Carroll thing, where, like you said, he's not just a defensive, defense. That's it, man. but he's a defensive guy. He's also like he can usher in that culture. Imagine if the Raiders do get a young quarterback in and Pete Carroll's there to like, okay, we have our right offensive coordinator hire and we have the coach who believes in Drake May. Like I saw when Drake May was in kind of the 2-minute drill, like which I think is kind of the thing he struggles at a little bit is kind of like the tempo and things like that. He's going to learn. Drake May is going to learn these things. Like it's just right now, I think Vrabel's right there. He's right there telling him, and he's coaching him in things that don't involve offense, just like being a player and stuff. And I think that would be it's a good spot to be in. That's why the Raiders need to just take a shot next year. Like just take a shot on the quarterback. I don't care if you overdraft one. I don't care. Straight up. Like if they draft a guy, that guy wasn't good. Well, he was supposed to go to the end of the first. I don't care. If it's a quarterback and they like him and they see him as the face of the franchise, you go get him and you make sure it works.
I mean, as I'm saying, like take Sorsby from Cincinnati, man. At least he's got some swagger to him or something. Like, he can run. Maybe he plays better. You know what I mean? Like just take a chance. Like I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, and then if not, try it 3 years later. Again,
when we can start breaking down classic regular game in the summer.
Off season, yeah, for sure.
Glaze did play. I looked it up while you asked that. My dude, he played right tackle his junior year.
Okay.
Regression year for Glaze due to chip scheme. I mean, I'm tired of Chip. I want an NFL offense. I'm tired of this air raid bullshit that he's doing. And I was mad watching Ohio State the other day because Ohio State did a play last year that he ran, and I'm mad. I hoodwinked, bamboozled. So that was Ryan Day. Fucking shit. Yeah, Tyler, we didn't talk about this. So. As soon as Julian Sand turned his back and then flipped around like he was Will Howard and threw it right down the seam, I was like, you son of a bitch. You really fucking hoodwinked us, didn't you? You asshole. You son of a bitch. That was Ryan Day, not you.
Kelly, Brian Kelly did it to LSU. Chip Kelly's doing it to us. We got the Kelly Mafia. You guys are unrelated. They look like brothers. How are they not brothers? That's my conspiracy theory. You guys know what's going on. I'm Adam Butler right now.
I was like, Will Howard did that last year. Wait a second. You are a liar. You're the play caller with Ryan Day's offense. Get the fuck out of here. I was pissed. I was with Julian saying that same play, man. I'm like, Will Howard did that last year. I saw it on film. I was like, you know what? This could be the Raiders. And it's fucking Ryan Day.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get these questions. We gotta get the over unders here, and I got a couple of voicemails here. We did that. Any word on Colton Miller coming back?
No idea. I wouldn't bring him back this year.
Ruben Bain or Kendrick Folk? Ruben Bain. I'll go
Bain. Yeah, production. Sorry, production matters.
We got a couple Kyler Murray questions. This is like
$50 million Labubu. I do like that at all. I'm telling you right now, Kyler Murray will be the reason I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do on this stream. I would know that there'd be a hotline you'd want me to call, is all I'm saying. And I just don't. That is one way to make me not want to watch football next year. The Lord's been actively trying to get me to not watch football by these Raiders. He's been trying really hard. But I'm a persistent one. I'm an ignorant one. I'm a stubborn one. That one would be one step in the Kyler Murray is the quarterback for the Raiders next year. This guy who does nothing. He sucks. He should be playing baseball right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him playing for my A's. That's fine. Sure. No, that would. JT the Brick was glowing about Kyler. All right, JT, square up. We'll fight. Old school JT the Brick. I'm going to DM him, but JT, let's fight. You like Kyler Murray? Let's fight.
I mean, Kyler Murray did have some power, man. He hit 20 home runs in college football, college baseball in the season.
He also hit 286.
That's true.
286
with a metal bat.
With a metal bat. The bat's taller than him, by the way. and he hit 286 his senior year at Oklahoma. I was mad as hell when the A's took him for round one. Top 10. I was like, what? He's not even gonna play baseball. Like, what? And then then I looked at his stats. Yeah, weak. Anyways, but yeah, he did. He I bet he could get into one though. He's got that like kind of short guy power. I bet.
Is Mendoza off the board in the Raiders pick? Maybe. It depends on how aggressive the Raiders are. They want to get Mendoza. We'll see. I think if Ty Simpson comes out, he goes. I think Ty Simpson goes one.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ty Simpson's going to go higher than him. His film's way better. His size, he's shorter though, and then Mendoza just has that. He's just a likable guy. Woody Johnson.
Mendoza's cool as a cucumber though. I do like the way he bounces back from mistakes.
I like. You're right. I do like Mendoza a lot though for that. But my bad, Glenn. Sorry.
No, I was just saying. I thought I saw a comp to him, and I like this a lot. And I know they both played at the same school at one point. They say that he's Goff with a little bit more mobility, which I don't hate at all, and I would love that for the Raiders. People think, oh, Jared Goff, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I went Ryan Tannehill.
That's kind of Jared Goff with more mobility. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah,
I like Ryan Tannehill. That was my comp with the firm.
If I had that on a rookie contract, I'd say let's cook. Like, you know what I mean? That's I like that.
Yeah, like he's the type of guy like I know is going to be like halfway. He's going to be competent in the NFL, right? Like if you put a good team around him, he's going to play well. Will he be like a superstar? I don't know, but if you put a good team around him, he's going to play well because he's going to be a competent NFL quarterback.
Give me a wild card Saturday playoff game, man. That's all I want as a Raider fan. Give me a wild card Saturday playoff game.
Yeah,
turn me into a team that make me disappointed in January instead of October.
Yeah.
Asking for out of my quarterback. I have no expectations for you.
Give me some divisional round losses. You know what I mean? Give me a divisional round loss.
I would love it. I would love it if I said my quarterback can't win the big game instead of my quarterback can't win a game.
Right? That's all he wants. That's what I'm saying. Just draft somebody. Just draft a rookie. Maybe he's not. Maybe he can't be Patrick Mahomes. But I would. You're right. I would like to watch a game on January 20th as a Raiders game.
Yes. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? And knowing that, like, hey, next year we might be able to get here because our quarterback's young.
Yeah.
Not like 2021 Raiders were like this is well. I mean, we better savor this and store some in the corner of our mouth. Like, all right, this will be there for later.
Yeah. Delusional Westbrook fans. Yeah, I look back at the season where we lost the wild card, like a Super Bowl season. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need more of that. I need more like heartbreaking divisional round wild card losses. That's all we want.
Rather than this numbness in October. like man, get me to Halloween. Get me past Halloween, please.
Yeah. God damn, man. It's bad. All right, let's get to these over-unders. Here. Let's start off with the quarterback. Geno Smith, passing yards 231.5, a little bit up. Passing at 1.5. Pass attempts completions stay the same all week. But yeah, pass interceptions, of course, we're taking that one. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I mean, man, if he's not hitting these, dude, Chip Kelly's fired.
Right.
Like, unless Genty has just the game of all games, which I think is the only reason, like the Chicago Bears game with Genty, and like I think is one of the only reasons he has a job right now. But I will take the over on our yards. I think he's gonna be around 250. I'll give him 2 passing touchdowns with Bowers on the field for sure. Anytime interception, guys. The government does not want you to know. They do not want you to know that you can double your income by betting the Geno Smith anytime interception. Might even be a pick 6, so they have Deron Bland on the field. Pass attempts, I think he'll be over on that. Pass completions, he'll be over.
Okay. All right. So you think he's gonna have a halfway decent game, huh?
Yeah, I just think they're gonna be losing, and I just think they're gonna be losing.
Oh, so this is garbage time. This is garbage time. Which hasn't always been a guarantee for Geno. See, this one's tough, a little bit tough for me because even if they win this game, I think this game is gonna be all about Genty. I think the Cowboys aren't a good run stopping team, even with Kenny Clark. Quentin Williams, he is a really good run defender, and that's he hasn't been showed as much pass rush, but I still think if they win this game, it's gonna be about him because I just think Geno Smith is just He's what is the best word? He's a pumpkin or a lemon, not a pumpkin. He's a lemon.
Yeah.
He's a lemon.
Yeah, because you would have to say, pumpkin would mean you were good and turned into a pumpkin.
He's a lemon.
Lemon just mean we thought you were good and you're bad, and that's more apt.
Yeah, he's a lemon at this point. Like it's like mechanically he's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's inaccurate.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see him playing well, and that's the thing. Like from that perspective, like I don't know if AOC had a better preseason, we might see something different. I bet they would be trying to rush AOC back a little bit quicker if he had a good preseason. If AOC was carrying that buzz he had from the YouTube channels about his early training camp practices into the preseason games, maybe we see something different. But TCS is there $11 tournament. But yeah, he's a lemon, bro. Like it's over. Like I think he's a backup. He's a backup quarterback.
Matt Schaub. I called him Matt Schaub, and I agree. When Matt Schaub's career was over, it was over dramatically.
See, you said that way too early, man. You said that had to. I think you said like week 3.
I say he's Matt Schaub. Oh yeah, because week 3 was awful. I was like, this is the Matt Schaub year where you throw just comical interceptions like constantly, and everyone's just like, dude, remember Matt Schaub? He was kind of good. Matt Schaub was a backup for a lot of time.
Yeah,
right? Matt Ryan. Everyone's like, hey, Matt Schaub, man. Like, hey, and then he goes to Houston, 5,000 yards, man. This guy can play. Gary Kubiak, they're running the football. Matt Schaub, and then the Raiders buy high on Geno Smith / Matt Schaub coin, and then we watch our money go away. Which again, the government doesn't want you to know. Instead of buying cryptocurrency Geno Smith coin, you can just buy the anytime interception.
Exactly. 100%.
And just sit there and cackle and cry because it is sad.
It's awful. All right, Aston Genty, 63.5, 17.5 receiving yards, 2.5 receptions, anytime touchdown is super high. That's what I say that. Wait till you see Brock Bowers. You're gonna be like, what Vegas thinks Brock Bowers is gonna do this week? It's interesting. But what do you think about this?
Man. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think they're gonna sell out on him for sure. I think they're gonna sell out on him. I think 6. I'll take the over on rushing yards. I will. I think I take the anytime touchdown, but it's just not that good of a bet.
Yeah.
Like it might hit, and if you're just in a cold streak and you want to hit something, I think the Genty anytime touchdown is pretty good. But like if you're trying to like actually get value, that's just not that good, honestly.
No, it's not.
I would look at the 2 touchdown thing if I were you. Like if you wanted like a good value, his 2 touchdown thing is probably like plus 280 or something.
Yeah.
I like the over on receptions. Again, I think they're going to use him a lot more as a receiver. Love that a lot. I'd like that bet more than any of it. The over on receptions. I like the over on the yards as well. I mean, again, Chip Kelly's the reason we're talking about should they have drafted him. I think this guy's a stud.
Yeah, I think he's really good too, man. I really do. I really like Ashton Genty, and I think he's got a good future. He's just that guy. Like when they get the right running game in here, he's gonna explode. But I think he's gonna hit the over on rush yards. I think they're gonna try to run the ball a lot more in this game, and I think he's an easy hit for receiving yards and receptions because it's just a screen. You know what I mean? And they actually run some screens. Maybe, you get those receptions, but he's average about 3 receptions a game regardless.
Yeah.
So the receptions over is easy. And you're right. Anytime touchdown is interesting. I think they probably stay away from that. But the over receptions for sure because he's getting 3 receptions. Does he get 17 yards off him? We'll see. He got 3 yards last week, but he's getting 3 receptions, and he got 5 receptions the week before. Yeah.
To be fair, he should have caught a football that would have hit his over if he caught that football. So
exactly. So he's part of the passing game at this point. So yeah, that's the easy one is the receiving yards and the receptions. All right, Brock Bowers over unders.
Wow.
Yeah.
6.5. Yeah, I'm taking over on all of these.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Brock Bowers gets 3 targets last week. I guarantee you that was number 1 in the meeting room. Like right now, like our best offensive player at the moment touched the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, 4 times, and one was a jet sweep that the entire world knew was coming, and he lost yards on it. I don't think the Cowboys have anyone that can stop him. Denver has things they can do, I thought, to make things difficult, though I still think the ball should have been forced to him. I don't think the Cowboys can stop him. And I think this is going to be similar to the Jaguars game, where, is he going to have 3 touchdowns? I have no idea, but this is going to be one of those ones where he's the best player in the entire game. And yes, I'm talking about a team that's going to have George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. I think he's going to be the best player in this game. I have him going for like 8 catches for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look around there. That's what I would say. So I would take the over on all of these plus the anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I think he's had a big game too, right? I don't know if the offense can score points off his big game, but I expect like 8 catches or like 80 yards, just like you expect, because just the way they're talking about it, and when that's happening, even if he's not saying anything, of course he's not Jamar Chase and those guys, they all say something.
Yeah.
But since he's not, we all know that they understand that they need to get the ball to Brock Bowers, and they're going to try to run all those choice routes they ran against the Jags, and make sure that he's getting the ball right. And what kind of pissed me off about Chip Kelly's press conference is he straight up lied. Like, bro, you were calling Tyler Lockett plays. Don't lie to us. Okay, I watched the film, and this is why they don't want us watching film and posting it. I watched that shit. You were targeting Tyler Lockett. I know what I'm looking at. So don't give me that shit. But also, and that's why they're going to be targeting Brock Bowers. But he did piss me off with those comments. Like, bro, you were calling choice routes to Tyler Lockett on that game. Don't lie to the people. Don't lie. That's all I'm saying.
There's nothing worse than watching a Chip Kelly conference after a loss, man. My goodness.
You were calling Tyler Lockett's number, bro. Don't lie to me. I saw that shit. All right. I probably should have did Tyler Lockett, because maybe they do the same shit again, which I don't understand. Like, run a choice route with Jack Best, bro. Like, give him a chance.
Exactly. Let's see what we got. We know what old man Tyler's got.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he can run a good choice route. We don't know. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it and decide for myself, rather than say, wow, he must be a bust if Tyler Lockett's getting targets over it.
Exactly. All right, so I probably should have did Tyler Lockett, but I did Trey Tucker, because I'm hoping that we're smart here. And I think Tucker can beat both these corners pretty easily. They're going to take chances. He runs good enough routes. I think he gets one big play. So I'm going to take the over on the reception yards, because 45.5. Receptions, I feel a little iffy about. Maybe he gets 4 if he gets some garbage time. But, I don't know. How you feeling?
I like the anytime touchdown. I mean, you get 2-to-1 odds, and I feel like Trey Tucker, if this game gets into garbage time, Trey Tucker does pretty well in garbage time, I think. And I'm not hating on Trey Tucker. I just think that's when he gets targeted, sadly. By the way, did you see Alec Pierce is scheduled to make $30 million a year in free agency? And Raider fans were already sad about Trey Tucker being in that ballpark. Okay, just don't get mad when Trey Tucker's on, some other team, balling out or something. So that's all I'm going to say. I think this guy's a good player. I'll die on that hill. I think this quarterback cannot get the ball to him, and just doesn't look to him with any sort of confidence the way he does with Tyler Lockett, who joined the team a week ago.
Or Dante Thornton.
Like, it's very strange. A guy he's never played with, Dante Thornton. Is he because he's small? Maybe, I have no idea. Is it because he's small? Maybe because he's small. Maybe he has a height bias or something.
Tyler Lockett's his best friend, though.
Yeah, maybe Trey Tucker's not that cool.
Maybe he's not Trey Tucker. He's not married yet. I don't know. Maybe he's married. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he's like more a nightlife guy. Tyler Lockett, is more of a family man. Yeah,
didn't Tyler Lockett save it for marriage?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He did. And he was like, and he didn't get married until he was like in his 30s. He was like AC Green.
AC Green. I don't know. Is AC Green still a virgin? I would look that up. He was a virgin like 40.
67 years old. Wait for the right lady, man.
AC Green was like a virgin at 40 years old, bro. I was like, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. I feel like it's a you problem. I feel like you should be married by now. Like, you know what I mean?
Playing with that pent up energy. That's why he's so damn good. Magic Johnson was not a virgin, and AC Green was like, "That's fine. I'll yang." No, Trey, yeah. Who knows? But I like Trey Tucker's anytime touchdown. I think he'll get a garbage time one.
Yeah. All right. Game line. Here we go. Dallas 3.5. Minus 192 Dallas plus 360 LV over under 50.5.
You know, I'll tell you, man, it's weird. I'm going to take Dallas 3.5, but I can see this being an epic Dallas loss. Like that. This is a game Dallas loses, and like they trade for a big player, then they like lose a primetime game, and Skip Bayless has his phone like this close to his face with a Vanderbilt hat on, going, I told you guys, you know, and then you know, Stephen A. Smith's going crazy on ESPN. Like, this is that kind of game. I am going to take Dallas. I do think the Raiders are dead on arrival. They're toast. So that's the only reason I'll say that. Over under, I think this is going to be more of a I think I could see this game being like 35-20, which I'll take the over. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely like a game where I could see Dallas having some things go wrong, maybe early and then getting stuff together. But I would go over and Dallas cover is my bets, but I'm not touching it personally. I'm not touching it. Yeah.
Yeah, this game just feels weird because it is Dallas, and Dallas is just, you know, the Cowboys are kind of like the Raiders, where they just disappoint the hell out of their fans. So this is like the perfect game for like Dallas Cowboys Nation just to, you know, freak out, right? America's team, right? They just freak out. They lost to the Raiders, right? Who aren't very good. You know, my dude Marcus Mosher, this is an ultimate game. I really hope he watches this game and they lose. I would feel good about Marcus Mosher. Just freak out, because you know how Marcus Mosher talks about football. You see it, Glenn. If they lose to the Raiders, he's gonna have a flip out on Twitter. He's gonna be flipping out. He's gonna be tweeting. He's gonna have like 80 tweets Monday night if they lose to the Raiders. Okay. Talk about everybody should be fired. Brian Schottenheimer is just like his dad. He's gonna be going off all. He's just be going off if they lose this game. So I kind of want to see that, but I don't know, man. I just don't see them stopping them on defense. Like I just don't see it at all. But I feel like this game is gonna be closer than that, because also I feel like Dak Prescott this year hasn't really been meticulous. It's either big plays or, you know, nothing. And I think that's going to be the way the Raiders stay in this game, is that since they don't have like this short passing game, and Brian Schottenheimer still runs like a Air Coryell, you know, old school 9-8-9 offense, where it's not really designed to throw short, kind of like a Bruce Arians offense type of shit, right? That's what Schottenheimer does. So will there be some big plays? Yes. But if the Raiders can try to make them play in the red zone and make them like be that type of team that just goes up and down the field, have to run 14 play drives, that's not the Cowboys game. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So if they can stop the run, they can stop the Cowboys a little bit, because the Raiders just are always like, don't beat us deep, please. And, you know, that's why they get tore up by Daniel Jones and Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes is like, okay, I just throw 5 yards. But yeah, we'll see how this game ends, but it'd be interesting.
Yep, no, I'm with you. I think Dallas has the opportunity to beat us up front on defense. I don't like this defensive line as much as other people do. Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. You know, people are saying like, who's stopping Pickens and stuff. Well, basically what I'm saying is the Raiders are just going to play that, you know, their deep zone coverage, and Dak Prescott's going to have to take what's underneath him, and we'll see how much he does that, because Dak Prescott is like, he's an aggressive quarterback. He is. That's why he throws a lot of interceptions. Yes, he's aggressive.
Yeah. Hey, Darian Porter, go get your first one.
I agree. All right, let's get to another voicemail real quick here, and then we get to finish up with game lines here.
Indiana. I just wanted to. Hey, what's up, fellas? This is Aaron from Indiana. I just wanted to call to see. I know y'all have been talking about Fernando Mendoza, but being out here in the Hoosier State, the Heisman Mendoza hype is real. I'm wondering what y'all think about this comp. When I see him, I mean, he's kind of a dorky looking dude. He talks kind of funny. He kind of sounds like, he kind of seems like Daniel Jones to me, like kind of athletic, fast in a straight line, but it's a little skittish when you get, pressure on him. But he does seem clutch, which is something that I don't think we've had in a while. So I'm open to it. I'm also wondering, what y'all think about Brian Dable as a offensive coordinator with some head coaching upside potentially to replace Pete Carroll in a couple of years. And if you go and draft your, whatever his name, Cole Payton out of, is it North Dakota? Apparently he's a bit of an athlete, so maybe you run those Jackson Dart concussion QB runs in the 10-yard line and see if you can get some scores that way. So wondering what y'all think about that idea. Love the show. Appreciate you guys. All right, have a good one. Bye.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Mendoza, I like him. I do. I like him. I think he's a good player. I'd be fine if the Raiders drafted him. The thing that stands out to me the most about him and why I think he'll end up being good is just the ability that mistakes just don't bury him. And he makes mistakes. But they don't bury him. He made you look at the two big games he's won this year, right? Against Oregon, he throws a horrible pick six against Oregon. Comes back that drive like it never happened, or that it did happen and he got motivated by it. Kind of the same thing in that point. Penn State it's not having a very good year, but they go to Happy Valley last week and it's tough. Nothing's going Indiana's way. They're just not playing good ball. That pass rush, which is good from Penn State, is just all over him. And he's taking hits and he's making throws, letting his receivers go make plays. I mean, we know that the Raiders have guys that can make plays. Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, guys like that. They can go make plays like that. And that's what I like about him more than anything. I think mentally he's got it, man. And he's a smart dude, like really, really smart guy. He applied to, I think out of high school, he applied to Cal and then Yale and Princeton. Those are the three schools that he applied to. And then he ends up going to Indiana because he's like, actually, football is really important to me. I think I'm not as much of a nerd as I thought.
Yeah,
football. Kurt Signetti let me cook, and even though I kind of do wish he stayed at Cal because I actually think Cal's a decent team if he stays there. But either way, I like Mendoza.
Yeah, I like Mendoza a lot. Because the same thing you like about Mendoza, I like too. I like that he doesn't have problems with interceptions. He doesn't get down.
Right.
He's a tough player. He takes hits too, which I haven't seen a quarterback take a hit while he's throwing the ball in a long time. And I like that type of stuff at this point. Like it's funny, some of the things that maybe I didn't like from a quarterback now I like, just because watching the Raiders having quarterbacks who just fade away from passes. The pass I don't know, whatever. But he's tough too. He's not scared to take a hit. He is a tough quarterback. Are some limitations there? Maybe a little bit, right? Like his ceiling. What is his ceiling? Is he gonna be is he gonna be a Drake May? I don't know about that, right?
I think he's a Goff. A
competent NFL quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I think he's a Goff, and again, the Lions. Nobody thinks the Lions can't win the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. I mean, you got to do other things, but you got to draft well. You got to do that. But I just think he's a good leader of the team, and in fact, I think he's got a little bit more of that intensity than Jared Goff has, in my opinion, mentally, personally. There was a question about Daboll too. Look, I'm fine if they hire Daboll. I don't think he's a guy you have to throw the bag at though. I think there's other things. I don't know. Is Daboll's run game good?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah,
is he? Okay.
Yeah. I think Daboll's a guy who get along with Pete Carroll though. I think him and Pete Carroll would actually get along, and people don't think about that. I think Sean McDermott's a little bit more you know, I don't know. I think Pete Carroll and Dable would get along a lot more.
I tell you, Hard Knocks. You watch Sean. Try not to fall asleep listening to Sean McDermott talk in Hard Knocks. Most boring coach I've ever seen in my life.
I know. So
everybody
true.
remembers. He's like, "Hey, I got this mole removed from my neck. Guys, want to look at my skin cancer thing?" Like that's the most interesting part about Hard Knocks is him talking about skin cancer. So, all right.
Score prediction. I guess we kind of already went over that. Score predictions a little bit. Shortest wide receiver. Let me know who you're talking about over there.
That was Gino. That was Gino.
No.
No.
I'm gonna go yes. I think everybody gets surprised and he gets cut.
No.
He's playing. He looks terrible. That's the thing. Like, I don't think Pete Carroll's that stupid.
I think he'll keep him as a backup. I think he will.
I don't.
He's playing like a backup.
I feel like Pete Carroll's. People are acting like Pete Carroll's old and senile, and he loves Geno Smith. I feel like he's gonna cut his ass. I think he's pissed about how bad Geno's playing, in my personal opinion. Do you think Cam Miller is in for a last game or two? Maybe.
No. I mean, it has to be the biggest injury thing happening in the world for him to play. So maybe, but no.
Did Geno have to vibe with wide receiver to throw to him? I guess so. I don't know.
How do you even vibe with a guy who acts like that on the field, by the way? Like, you're vibing with a guy who slumps his shoulders like, that's my problem. Where are the vibes?
I don't see him either. Did you guys see Show play against Carolina? Looks like the best QB this year easily. Show looked pretty good. But he is 27 though.
I think Dart. I think Dart looks better than Show.
Yeah, Dart looks pretty good. Go ahead.
No, I just think Dart is like a better. Like right now, would you rather have Jackson Dart or Tyler Shuck on your team? I'd rather have Jackson Dart. I wasn't high on either guy coming out. I would rather. I'd rather have that. And who knows about Ward? We don't know about Ward yet.
Yeah, I like CJ. I still think CJ Ward's pretty good, but I want to see more from Shook because I want to see more from him because I think he had a good game last week, and maybe if he keeps playing better, you might in 3 weeks might be saying like, okay, we might want him over Dart. But Dart just has played. He's the only rookie quarterback this year, I believe, that's actually like played well. So yeah, I think Dart is just an idiot.
Yeah, no, I mean the long-term Dart thing is definitely a question too. And Shuck is I think as Raider fans, we should hope Tyler Shuck wins a few more games just to take them out of that quarterback conversation and let them believe in Tyler Shuck, and that's fine. Like I hope he does well. I have nothing against the Saints. So I hope that they're out of the top 5, and not picking a quarterback.
Yeah. We want Tyler Shuck to look good, and then so they can go 7-10 next year. That's what we want. You know what I mean? Like just get him to 5-12 so you can go 7-10 next year.
Yeah. No, and that's fine. Kellen Moore's in year 1. I mean, that you watch the Saints, like there's a little something there. Like they're not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah. People asking if Mendoza can get deported. No, he's Cuban, man. Cubans don't get deported that much. So you like Mendoza more than Simpson? No. Simpson for me right now would probably be QB1. Like his film is ridiculous.
Sure. I might take Mendoza because of body of work, because we haven't seen Ty Simpson let college football adjust to him after a year, knowing that he's QB1 in college, and say, all right, you know what I mean? Like we're ready for Ty Simpson next year. I'm a little scared of that. Now that if the Raiders draft him, I'll completely understand it. Mendoza, to me, he's been in college football long enough for everyone to see film on him. I mean, Cal's not some D2 school. Like they play some, they play in the ACC. Like people see that. Like, so to me, Mendoza's doing this when everyone knows who Fernando Mendoza is. Ty Simpson, to me now, I don't like the height profile that much on him. But
yeah, me too.
And the lack of starts. But again, if the Raiders did that and then signed a veteran, like with Ty Simpson, I think you need to sign a veteran. Okay. Whereas with Mendoza, I think he's plug and play.
See, the thing with Ty Simpson is that he's 23 years old, right? So,
but hasn't played a lot. That's what's weird.
Yeah, so he hasn't played a lot, but I still think his age kind of makes me feel better about him not having a lot of starts.
Okay.
Right? That's my only way I look at it. I feel like he has those starts. It just feels a little better since his age. Because it does bother me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I am terrified of taking Ty Simpson. Like, because he is the ultimate guy where he has this awesome film. The Raiders take him. He's like absolutely awful, right? Like it was like a 1-year thing. But he does so many good things on film that translate to the NFL that it makes you feel like that he will be that guy. So yeah, it's ugly there, but I don't know. I do like him, but I am interested to see how much he gets better there. All right, let's get to these week 7 things. And Baby Sugar, I'm gonna get to your voicemail, bro. I got you ready to end your show with the voicemail. Here we go. But NFL: Chiefs versus Broncos, Buck versus Bills, Seahawks versus Rams, Lions versus Eagles.
Okay, I am taking the Chiefs. Now, I want to. It's at Denver, and Denver has the best record in the AFC, if I'm not mistaken here. But it's Andy Reid coming off a bye, and they need to win this game. And I think Bo Nix is not that good. I think the league has figured out Bo Nix, and they understand that he is just kind of mid. And I think Chiefs are going to win this football game. I think Spagnuolo is going to confuse him more than the Raiders ever could. And the Raiders confused him pretty good, or at least made him play bad football. Seahawks versus Rams. My play here, and this is my bet of the week. Now, if you followed my bets last week, my 2 bets of the week, they weren't on the card, but I said them at the end. I was 2-0 on those, so just saying. I had the Arizona Cardinals and Seahawks over 45, and that game was pushing at halftime, by the way. And then there was and then I had Stanford Cardinal with the backdoor cover against UNC. So my bet of the week is the under in the Seahawks Rams game. Everybody expects this to be Sam Darnold versus Matthew Stafford, Wild West shootout. I think both these defenses are going to beat the shit out of these quarterbacks. Stafford might, I expect the Rams to win like 23-20. So if you want to take the spread, that puts it at a push. That's why I wouldn't touch it. I'm going under in the game. In that under 48.5. I don't think it's the shootout that everyone thinks it's going to be.
Okay.
Bucks versus Bills. I am going to take Buffalo in this game. Buffalo's weird, man. When they play a bad team in the division, they play bad. But when they play a team that they know is pretty good, they look like they can dump on them. I'm going to take them here. They need to win. The Patriots already won. They have to win. They have to win. I'm going to take them to cover this. I don't love it, but I'm going to take it. Lions versus Eagles. My wife picked this game. We gambled on this. We go out every Sunday night. We bet at the sports book. We go out. My wife picked the Eagles plus 2.5. I'm just going to say that. That's what she picked. So I kind of agree with her too. The Eagles, when they were underdogs last week, and I took the money line against the Packers. Nick Sirianni tried to lose that game, and he didn't. But as favorites, they don't kill people. Like they just don't really kill people right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
I like they don't kill people right now. I'm gonna take the Lions.
Okay. I'm taking the Chiefs because I just think Bo Nix is terrible. That's why I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm taking over on the points. I think it's gonna be a closer game, but it's gonna be like 17-7. Like if Geno Smith was good, that's what happened. With this next game with the Chiefs. Bucks versus Bills. This one's tough for me. I think they're getting Bucky Irving back. Okay, I believe, right? I've seen that Bucky Irving's coming back in this game, but the Bills really need this one. They're at home. I think the Bills pull this one out. I think they find a way. Bills' offense isn't good right now, to be honest, besides James Cook. I mean, the Bills have decided, like, hey, you're Dan Marino, Josh Allen. That's basically what they decided. And obviously you see that it's not the same. He needs a number one, but they haven't got him one. It is what it is. All right, so you got Seahawks versus Rams. I'm going Seahawks in this one just because I think the Seahawks defense is better than the Rams defense. And that's really what this game is going to be all about. Who can stop who? Because both these offenses are basically unstoppable at this point. And I feel like the Rams secondary doesn't match the Seahawks secondary. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game just based off of that, because that's what this game is going to be all about. Who can stop who in certain situations? Stafford's playing out of his mind. Sam Darnold is in Clint Kubiak's offense where they ran 12 personnel basically the whole game. And everybody thinks they run the ball a lot. So Sam Darnold's getting these easy looks with JSN. He's cooking. I think the Seahawks win that game. And then Lions versus Eagles. I think the Eagles win because the Eagles just win these games. I don't know how the Eagles even have the record. Are the Eagles good? That's what I'm saying. Like, we talk about coaching. I feel like the Eagles have like the best roster in football. And they're literally winning with like bad coaching. Because I just don't understand how they're not like just dominating everybody. So the Eagles just trip me out. I don't know. But I feel like they're going to win this game just because of the fucking Eagles. And they find some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some stupid happens.
Weird spread, man. I like the Lions just like I think the Lions are better than them right now in the regular season, but the Eagles are on their Chiefs shit, like where they just don't kill people.
Yeah, but they just find a way to win. I mean, they're down like how much to the Rams, and they scored like 26 points in the fourth quarter. They haven't done that since. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so college, we got Notre Dame versus Pittsburgh, Oklahoma versus Alabama, Texas versus Georgia, Iowa versus USC.
Whew. Man, it spreads pretty high my guy's way. Notre Dame versus Pittsburgh. But I think they're going to win. This is Notre Dame's last big game of the year. After this, they play two opponents that aren't really worth, discussing, and they're going to be favored by 20 points in those games. So this is kind of their last big win. Everybody's complaining about them. No, join a conference. What if we don't? How about that? They make us. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Win yours. Shut up. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. Notre Dame versus Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh. Did you see Pittsburgh's coach's interview this week? He said, "I don't care if we lose by 100 to Notre Dame. We want to win the ACC." So they were saying join a conference. Way to fire the guys up, coach.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like these dudes are trying to lose Notre Dame. No, they're gonna. All right, fine then. Right now, CJ Carr's playing really good football. Tom Brady talked about him being his guy. By the way, that was interesting.
Is that why Vinny's been talking about him all week? He's living fighting, but he's shout out Vinny. I'm gonna do Vinny, but he's living fighting with Raiders fans for about 3 days over CJ Carr.
He said, Raider fans don't want anyone with less than Carr quarterbacking them. CJ's a beast, though. Oh my God, he's 19 years old. Cooking. He's cooking right now. He makes mistakes for sure, but he's gonna get another year next year, and their running game is really hard to stop right now, and their defense is playing really well. So I'm gonna take him to cover for sure. Oklahoma versus Alabama. I like Bama. I think Bama's gonna cover this game. I just don't think they're gonna let Brett Venables go in there and beat them. I don't think so. This is Bama needs this win for sure. I think Bama's sneakily the best team in the nation right now, and it's weird saying that because it's Bama, but they're kind of becoming that again slightly. Kind of odd. So I think they're going to take that for sure. My guy Mateer, I would love for my guy Mateer to go in there and tear apart Bama because of the Mateer. The Mateer wagon for me. All aboard. Let me just say that much.
Like me as Cole Payton, you're Mateer, bro.
If he has the like Johnny Manziel, it's not a great comp here, but like the Johnny Manziel College Station Bama game. You wouldn't be able to stop. Texas versus Georgia. I'm taking Georgia in this game. I don't love it. This is a high spread for that, but I don't think Arch is going to be able to beat Georgia. I just don't, and I think they're gonna lose by about that. I like the over in the game though. I think neither team is going to be able to stop the other. Iowa versus USC. I am taking Iowa plus 6.5. Okay. USC plays a physical team, and bad things happen. That's just what I'm going to say. They might win. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, it's just they get pushed around a little bit against these physical. Even Illinois. When they played Illinois, they get kind of I think they beat. Did they beat Illinois by 1 or Illinois beat them by 1? But it was really close, and it was just kind of like, man, aren't you better than this team? You have Makai Lemon, like Jordan Maava, but they just don't have a lot in the trenches to stop teams like Iowa, who can give them a lot of grief. So I will take Iowa getting points.
Yeah. I'm taking Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame just blows out Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about that one too much. Oklahoma versus Alabama. I think Oklahoma, I think they started off a little hot, but I think Bama just wins this game a little easily just because I think the way that they're playing on offense is, they look really good. I think last week against LSU, I think LSU's defense is actually probably one of the better defenses in the SEC because I would take AJ Halsey in the second round. Yeah, I didn't even see Halsey ranked on Dane Brugler if I was looking right, and Halsey is a beast. So I'm saying, give me Halsey in the third round. I'm cool, right? And then Mansfield Delane's a good player. They got a good secondary. They got some good players at LSU, so I think it's a little tougher. But I think Alabama is going to win over there. I think it's going to be. I think they're going to cover. I think they probably won by 10, 20, 30 or something, whatever they need to do. Texas versus Georgia. This was going to be interesting for me. I'm going to take Texas plus 6.5, just because I think Georgia has been getting away with being in close games, and I think Arch Manning is starting to get better. He's actually starting to live up to his hype a little bit, and I think this is the game. I'm calling my shot here. I think this is the game where where people start talking about, should Arch Manning come out this year?
Wow.
I think this is the game that he has where he kind of just takes over the game a little bit, and he just looks phenomenal. And people are like, oh, this is the guy we thought we were going to see all year. We're going to see all the nerds taking back all their rankings with Arch Manning. And then Iowa versus USC, I'm the same way. I think I honestly would take the Iowa money line. I think Iowa wins this game.
I think so too. But the 6.5 points, I feel very safe with that.
Yeah, you're safe with the plus 6.5. If you want to get bold, take the plus 200 Iowa. I think USC is just too soft for the Big Ten.
Soft. Yes. Lincoln Riley is a soft football coach.
They're too soft. They're too soft, man. All right, let me get to this Big Shig voicemail, which is 2 minutes long before we get out of here. Then we ask a couple questions and we get out of here.
What up, Glenn? What up, Matt? This is Baby Shug. Just want to say what's up. Got a couple questions for you. The first one is, why in the hell do Raiders have a tendency to draft players that are injury prone coming out of college? DJ Hayden, rest in peace. Tyree Knockney Wilson, he's messed up. Carl Joseph, players like that. We just continue to get players that suck when in fact people like you and Glenn do research, and even Matt, on players coming out, and you guys look like geniuses. And these dudes that are sitting in the front office can't figure it out when we see it on tape. I don't know. Maybe you guys need to apply for some sort of GM job or some assistant recruiter for the Raiders, because I see the same thing you guys see. I'm not a genius, but I'll say I did not like Tyree Wilson. I wanted old boy over at the Eagles, that lineman, number 98, I think. Forgot his name. Carter. Jalen Carter. But we had to pass on him because it was a PR move, because he ended up, I think,
kill somebody, right?
Somebody in a car accident, right? Kind of like Henry Ruggs did 2 years before. So I think that was a PR move, and we had to pass on him because the Vegas community wouldn't think that he's worthy of a pick due to that reason. And we passed on one of the best defensive linemen to get, Knockney Wilson, and it ain't cool with me. So, again, why is it that you folks see what the fans see what you see, and people that are in the NFL can't see what we see? You know what I'm trying to say, man. I'm stumbling on my words, gentlemen. I love you guys. I'm feeling better. Had a job interview. Going to make some cash. Going to start contributing every Friday.
Okay.
On the live to drop some cash to bless you guys, get you a coffee, get Glenn a beer. So
thank you.
Then, spread some love. This is Baby Suge, and I'm out.
All right, appreciate that, Baby Shake. Appreciate that.
That was good. I feel like the last two drafts they've done pretty good on the injury.
They did pretty good.
In the injury thing, JPJ's injury. JPJ, I would say, is injury prone. With the concussion, with the stuff like that. But other than that, they've done all right. Brock Bowers got injured, but that doesn't feel like something that happens all the time to him. We'll see what happens there. I agree though. Like, Carl, I liked Carl Joseph, man. He was a guy to me, like, your misses need to be Carl Joseph. Like, your misses in the first round need to be Carl Joseph. I'll tell you this, man. I won't say it's easier, but there's an element to, like, watching a guy play and go, that guy's really good. My team should draft him. All right, Marcus, like, let's say I'm a player in the last year's draft and I'm coming out to you and you don't like my film, right? But and you're a scout, but the GM has said, I want a top 40 visit with or top 50 whatever it is. I forget what the number is. Top 50 visit with Glen Rockney, this corner out of Notre Dame. Yeah. And then we sit down and me and the GM we hit it off. Yeah. We hit it off. I'm answering every question right. I'm just as awesome as I am on here, of course. But I'm killing it, but my film isn't that good. Yeah. Like, there's like 5 corners better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like there is an aspect of, like, personal relationship they have in this draft where, like, some guys kill their interviews. And then also the other time, some guys kill the combine and people think the combine reigns supreme. This athlete has to work. Like, we don't get that for a lot. Yeah. I mean, you do. You've gone to the combine, but, like, I don't get that. I just get to watch the player. Typically when I have money on them, and I see how they perform under pressure. $20 I bet on them. So, I see how they respond to the adversity. But like Gruden, like Gruden's another thing. Like, I like this Damon Arnett. He comes in, he bear hugs me, man. Yeah. My dad comes from Ohio State, man. I like him. Like, that trumps a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So I get the mistakes sometimes, even though they're frustrating.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I joined the scouting academy. Like, they made sure that you wear your college shirt, because then if an NFL coach sees that you went to ASU, then he might hire you just off that shit.
I see.
It's shit like that. Like, oh yeah, I remember your dad, or something like, oh, your dad did this. Oh man, I really like this kid, man. He comes from this and that, and yeah, maybe we could work on it, but he has some traits that we really like. Maybe his film sucks, but the traits, and he's just such a great guy. And that's how you miss a quarterback a lot too. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People still want to draft Drew Aller.
Drew Aller is the biggest waste of talent I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. Like, Drew Aller should have came out last year and went 1. You know what I mean?
People wanted it.
You're huge.
He was terrible. He's never had a good game.
You're huge with a big arm and can run.
So is Ryan Mallett. Rest in peace, by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But Ryan Mallett was like that too. So Drew Aller's Ryan Mallett. People just don't realize.
Why can't the Raiders draft like the Lions did? Because we don't have Brad Holmes.
Yeah. Well, and then guess what? The Lions for many, many years did not draft well. So hopefully the Raiders can become that.
Yeah, we need a Brad Holmes. Let's keep it real.
We do.
Looking back, are you okay? We missed out on JJ McCarthy, Penix, and Bo Nix, or too early to tell? That's a good question.
Penix and Bo Nix were never like pound the table. I gotta have those guys. Penix is like, there's a gif of the girl trying kombucha for the first time where she goes like that, like where she goes back and forth. I like it. I don't like it. Every throw for Penix is, I love it. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. So, we'll see what Penix ends up becoming. Bo Nix, not for me personally. I think he's in the best situation he possibly could be in.
Yeah, he looks fucking terrible this year.
And he still isn't really look that good. Yeah, exactly. So, whatever. With the minute they have to pay Bo Nix is going to be very interesting. JJ's weird, man. Because like JJ's, everybody like sarcastically would say like he's a winner, man. Like, and people like, but there is like he does kind of know how to like play a game. Like he knows when to turn it on. He makes throws when you need him, and he's young. I might beat McCarthy over those other guys, like who I'd rather have right now, like on the Raiders.
Yeah,
I might take McCarthy. Like McCarthy is just it shouldn't work. It shouldn't work, but he kind of just gets it done from time to time. And like I know the Vikings, like they lost last week. I'm not like I just think these other guys are older and stuff, and he's younger and figuring it out. I would rather have McCarthy over those guys right now, personally.
Yeah. I would take Penix because I think Penix has like upside still. I think he's still learning, like playing in the NFL. I see like good elements to him. I think he's a clutch player. I think they've lost like 3 missed field goals or something like shit like that. They were down against the Patriots and he started balling. And he brought them back in that game. He threw a great pass. And then the kicker missed an extra point. You know what I mean? Like he said that happened to him a lot. I mean, they had to cut their kicker, right? So I think there's still something there where like Penix can keep you intrigued, but Bo Nix is terrible. I think JJ is just a beast. JJ is a beast. Like I don't know if he's a beast quarterback, but he's a beast as a person. So like that's what he leads him. He's just like he's all intangibles.
Hey, people are saying that they've watched JJ and he's bad. Did you watch the Lions game? He was good in against the Lions. I was like, damn. I was like, that's what I mean. Like that JJ pops out, and you're like, this is sick when you watch it. End of the Bears game, like you know what I mean, like this year. And again, I wish the Vikings were able to like pound the rock the way these other teams are, like the way the Falcons can. I wish the Vikings were able to do that. But right now I think JJ right now with like Ashton Genty and a good play caller, I'd be like, damn. Like I again, we'd be struggling. There'd be weeks I'd hate him.
Yeah.
Whereas with Penix, it's just like it's throw by throw with him. It's like, yo, dude, that shit, you threw that to the guy holding the sound thing, and then sometimes like you made the best throw I've ever seen. And then plus, with him, he's got new ACLs, MCLs. He's got all these this stuff with them. And then with Knicks, I'm just like, I need to insert you on a playoff team already for you to be good.
Yeah. I think Penix is just more intriguing because of what you're exactly saying. Because what if that becomes consistent? You know what I mean? That's why you're always intrigued by him. You know what I mean? All right. We're out of here, guys. We're still getting some crazy comments. He said Mendoza's dodging pressure in the pocket because he gets it from his dad dodging sharks on the raft.
Okay, so I would draft him then. Okay, so he's good in the pocket is what you're telling me. Sounds good.
He's good under pressure.
Okay. That's a lot of pressure. All right. You telling me don't draft him then? I mean, I don't. You like him? I mean, yeah.
All right, guys. Subscribe. We're out of here. All right, guys. Yeah, make sure you check out the website. I dropped the website here, but make sure you check it out.
Check it out.
Check out the website. I dropped in the link. Cop a shirt. Like I said, at least get a mug. The mug is like $13. Go get you a mug. Get your mug, guys. Go get you a mug. And then we'll be back on Monday night with a reaction, and you guys let us know. Check out the draft show for tomorrow as well. We went pretty long today, but it's all good. So it's all good, man. It works out. But we're out of here. Peace.